help the public understand more about the rate hikes to come. The increases will support repairs and improvements to DeKalb County's aging water and sewer infrastructure. About 180,000 DeKalb County residents will see an average monthly increase of about $7. The county says it will announce when the increase will go into effect online. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
A second person dies from a shooting over the weekend at Cone Park in southeast Atlanta. 33-year-old Anthony Pearson died when he was shot in the head in Saturday's shooting during his fraternity's community picnic. The shooter, identified by the medical examiner as 23-year-old Justin Minity, died from multiple gunshots. Witnesses say Minity opened fire after an argument. An 82-year-old woman dies weeks after a Colorado fire attack. Mohammed Solomon is accused of injuring more than a dozen people after throwing Molotov cocktails at a crowd marching in support of Israeli hostages being held by Hamas. Karen Diamond died after suffering severe injuries in that June 1st attack. As a result of her death, prosecutors are now filing first-degree murder charges against Solomon. He's also facing federal hate crime charges. The Postal Service is warning about a fast-growing scam known as brushing. It's when a mystery package shows up at your door that you didn't order.
And there'll be something in there saying, this is a complimentary item you're receiving. All we request is that you leave a review.
WSB consumer expert Clark Howard says don't do it. The Postal Service now says this could mean your personal information has been exposed. The packages are often sent by online retailers or third parties who use compromised personal information to create fake transactions. It is now 3:03. The Von Hessler Doctrine begins in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather in the 24-hour traffic center. It's Alex Williams.
Travel advisory in both directions over on the west side of I-285 both north and southbound. 2 separate crashes, both in 2 left lanes on the inner and outer loop between Martin Luther King Jr. Drive and Cascade Road. Northbound delays already start back at Highway 166, Langford Parkway. Southbound slowing back towards South Cobb Drive. You can head through downtown as an alternate, but 75-85 southbound already seeing the afternoon brake lights through Midtown and downtown, making your way down to I-20. Northbound, 75-85 northbound, a little bit better, but sluggish from University Avenue up past Freedom Parkway. And on 75 north between Marietta and Kennesaw, starting to see some volume pick up there as well from North Marietta Parkway for the ride up to Chastain Road, exit 271. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. A mix of sun and clouds today. A few pop-up storms possible. High near 90. Lows tonight in the low 70s. Tomorrow, widespread rain showers and thunderstorms through the morning and the afternoon. High 85. Drying out on Wednesday, partly cloudy. High 89.
Just spotty rain around on Storm Tracker radar at this hour, including some rain right now in Fayette County. It's 88 in Lawrenceville, 90 in East Point, 87 in Cartersville. More news at 3:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
These people just make noise and basically waste our time.
Dear members of the media and the public, I welcome you.
Live from the heart of Atlanta, Georgia, and beyond, Hour 1 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins. I am your lovable, huggable radio chat host, Eric Von Hessler. The other voices you hear are the Doctrinaires. Man of 1,000 voices, Tim Andrews. Lady of 184.7 characters, Autumn Fisher. The man behind the glass, George Clark. And the handsomest producer in all of producery, Jared Yamamoto.
Starting off the week, Eric, on Diddy Watch and Big Beautiful Bill Watch.
Oh, Big Beautiful Diddy Bill Watch.
Yes.
Big beautiful baby oil.
Big Beautiful Baby Oil Diddly. Watch and watch.
We might get results for both of these stories by the end of the week.
Well, as George Stein told us on Friday, the quicker the verdict comes back in on Diddy, the more likely that he is not going to be found guilty on much. And that's still where I'm standing as a radio host, but admittedly, I'm no lawyerologist. But that, from what I've seen, I haven't seen much. And so I don't know the ins and outs, and I'm not a middle-aged housewife, so I'm not following it, minute by minute. But from what I've seen, my prediction is whatever the lowest amount that the jury can come back with, the lowest amount of guilt I think that's what he's going to get. Whether that means completely not guilty, I don't know. I thought they were going to get him for domestic violence, and then I found out that's not even one of the charges. The thing that he most certainly is guilty of, I believe, are not part of the charges.
Apparently today, the jury sent a note to the judge.
Okay.
But we don't know what the note said.
We don't know what the note said.
It said, do you like me?
Yes.
Check yes or no.
Can I see them tapes again?
Yeah. Yeah, we feel like we have to see some freak-offs. It's just two of us, me and one of the other young ladies. We'd like to break off from the rest.
Yeah.
And
Review.
well, more than review, maybe role play. Put yourself in the mind of the individuals. We're trying to get to the truth here, people. And sometimes that takes a rather extraordinary means.
You have to get meta sometimes, right? You have to get into it.
Excuse me, what's important? Justice?
Breaking news. A box of baby oil has been dropped off at the jury center.
And if you're CNN with breaking news from the Diddy trial, you need two women for some reason. I've only seen it on the monitor with the sound down, but when they go in the afternoon, the Diddy trial, there's two different women. And I just wonder when they're reporting back, does one start speaking and the other says, yeah, Anderson, what she said. I was there too, and I saw that as well. Okay, well, thank you both. Why? Is there somebody at CNN not willing to sit someone down and go, you're not in on this one? Does it take two people?
Maybe the trust was crossed with one of them or something.
Maybe they both have very, very bad bladders. And so they just, when one's out, the other's in, and they keep notes. And so it's doing the work of one, in which case we should applaud CNN for not getting rid of both of them, for not being able to hold their whiz throughout a trial. Which, if you're going to be a trial reporter, that's one of the main things you've got to be good at. You got to empty yourself out.
You'd be a good trial lawyer. You would be good.
I
good
wouldn't.
trial lawyer.
No, he wouldn't. Not so much as I get older because of the old man prostate.
You can hold on to your pee.
I can.
The New Year's Eve crowd that gathers in Times Square, that's like a farm for people saying, you know what you might be good at?
You know what?
Trial reporting.
If you have actually stood out here for this, for, 10 hours waiting for something that is almost certainly going to be a letdown unless you're unusually drunk, and have been able to hold your space at the front of the line, then you just might have what it takes to cover celebrity trials. Only celebrity trials. I'm not interested in the riffraff. I just want to be one. The law and order people who are just, I just cover when celebrities get in trouble. Athletes, doesn't have to just be an actor. It could be a musician. Yeah, I'm not interested in normal people and their stupid justice.
Good part-time gig.
I'm on the Justin Tucker beat, but nothing real sexy here.
Justin Tucker is the football player who is
kicker for the Ravens.
Yeah, and he's out for the first 10 games.
Yeah, massage. Why can't these guys just get massages from dudes?
Here's the thing. When you, it's kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah, but you're not going to be tempted to go, hey, look at this.
No, you wouldn't. Doesn't mean somebody might be. What it comes down to is this. I think they need a kind of a rule, which is, the teams do provide people. So, if you're a player with like 8, 10, 12 different massage therapists, call you into the office, have a conversation. What exactly is going on here? Also, by the way, you're an adult and you're a multimillionaire. You don't need to, cheat your way to sex like a 17-year-old trying to figure it all out.
They like that. That's the part of it
that is what they like.
Is that what it is?
They're turning the person.
Yep.
Okay. See, I've never. I have to say that I've always been like this. I don't quite understand sexual games. Like I've always thought that. Good old-fashioned skin on skin and that whole thing. It's always been quite a bit enough for me. I don't need to dress up as the FedEx driver, and I don't.
Ever been a pizza boy before?
I've always all of
pizza.
that.
Extra sausage.
Open the top. There's a big surprise.
There's actually a genre of that.
Of course there is.
Sausage pizza.
Yeah, of course there is. But I've always heard people say things like about. Doing it out in public and stuff. Well, it's the thought of being caught. But that's not me. I don't want to get caught.
Not me.
My
I'm
whole
a good
life.
boy.
I'm not even a good boy.
Nowadays, you get on a list.
Hey, I'm not a good boy, but I'm a boy. I'm a boy who knows how to lock a door.
Sure.
That doesn't make you good.
You can't lock a tree.
You're a good bad boy.
Yes, I'm a good bad boy.
I'm a bad good boy.
I'm not any better than anyone else. My brain works just like other human brains. But why would I want to? The concept of, we might get caught means I'm never going to be able to deliver. Because just that idea that to me, getting caught comes with fear. And with fear, then maybe I'm not up to the job.
Come on,
you know what I mean?
Never been into like the Mile High Club or anything like that?
Do I own
that gross bathroom?
Do I own the plane? Do I own the plane? And the pilot has? Am I a multi-millionaire? I own the plane, and the pilot has signed an NDA. Okay,
No, you're
why
flying
not?
Frontier. Flying Frontier.
No. I'm not having sex on a city bus in the sky. That's
Does it
not
count
happening.
if it's by yourself?
I guess it does. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's
so you can say,
who wants to be that guy? I opens the door to go back out to the cabin. I've got a secret.
Can I get an extra blanket?
I don't want to be the I've got a secret guy. I find that to be creepy and strange. And with my luck, the door wouldn't be completely closed correctly, and so excuse me. And then you got 2 hours left with these people when the word's going around the cabin. Yeah, I saw that guy. I don't need that. What if they kick you out? You don't want that.
they hand you a parachute?
Yeah, just get out. Sorry, you can't fly with us anymore.
You're on the no-fly list.
Here's an inflatable raft. We want to see if that Indiana Jones thing would work.
Yeah, listen,
Can I use it in the bathroom first?
I guess, since you're already going.
Thank you.
Yeah, the Indiana Jones. First, use it as a glider.
Yeah.
And then if you're lucky enough to end up falling onto a gentle lake, I think you got a shot.
Perfect.
You got a chance.
A gentle lake.
Well, you don't want to. You fall in the middle of the ocean, and it's all choppy, and whales.
Yeah, because then you're stuck in the
talking
ocean.
to each
At
other.
least in Indiana Jones, he fell like on a river.
Yeah. Oh well, that's actually like if it's going the right way, if you can pick it up on the right direction, you might actually get there before the plane does.
There you go.
So
doesn't Arnold jump out of a plane in Commando? At the beginning, right as it's taking off, he jumps into.
Can you believe that I've never seen Commando?
I've never seen Commando.
I've seen parts of it.
Get to the chopper one?
No, that is Predator.
I've seen parts of Commando. The part where he's going down the side of the mountain and he's cutting off the people who are driving around the mountain. I've seen that part for some reason. It's the only part I've seen.
By the way, Autumn, I just asked Grok about one pleasing themselves in a bathroom on a plane. And Grok says no. That would not be considered joining the Mile High Club.
I don't know what
what does Grok know about it?
I make my own rules.
They pulled it from the airplane etiquette rules. So it's
all right.
It's
etiquette?
Gotta be.
Is that etiquette?
Yeah.
I don't think that's etiquette.
That's where Grok pulled it from.
You need some way of expressing it as a solo act.
I did.
I'm saying the mile.
Half a mile high.
Yeah.
I'll ask what would that be called?
What would ask Grok what would
that be called?
Grok, we can't speak anymore because all we do is ask you everything.
We not know how questions make.
Mile high rub.
That's too. It doesn't have an aeronautical feel to it.
But it's hard because the mile high is the height of the plane.
What if you edge from taxi to land?
Ooh.
The solo Mile High Club is what Grok says.
No, that's boring.
not bad. That's not very good. There's got to be
Yeah, you said like an aeronautic.
We'll figure it out before 7, right? That gives people a reason to stick around.
Aeronauty.
404-872.
Aeronauty, but that would still go to the Mile High Club. Doesn't necessarily mean you're alone. It's it's like there was a few like in radio in the late 80s, early 90s. There was a lot of these DJs. Their names were like Artie the One Man Party. It's like all you need to do now, right there, man. So just Artie shows up. You got a party, So you need some sort of way. You need some sort of way to. And by the way, it was only because it rhymed. Nobody really had ever known anybody named Artie that was cool or that they wanted to come to their party. It's just that Artie the One Man Party sounded good, so we need some kind of thing like that, where we could say blah 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 blah, and that not only is this a member of the Mile High Club, but they've gone there alone.
Hold on, Grok, tell me better name.
Oh, Grok. Grok.
Let me research it for you.
For a lady, it could be the Mile High DJ.
Mile High. Okay, because that whole thing.
Like,
Yeah. And also, you know that it's like, hey, why has she been in there 20 minutes?
The solo sky session is what Grok just sent me back.
She had chili before.
Solo sky session, not bad. We're headed
Thanks,
down the
Grok.
right path. This is another thing, by the way, that I've noticed. You said thanks, Grok, and that's because this is happening. You know, everybody's afraid of AI taking over. I'm getting to the point where I say, yeah, bring it on. Bring on AI, because I'm starting to notice that people kind of suck. So why don't we just go on to the? I mean, honestly, I'm beginning to notice that lately the machines are becoming nicer than the people in America 2025. Perhaps it's just soulless corporate crap, but the vending machine in the break room always thanks me for my patronage, and I have to say, not so much when I deal with real people in brick and mortar stores.
Is that true? People don't say thank you?
No, they just try to upsell me. That's all they do. They try to upsell me. Hey, you want
They don't
some
say, like, thank you,
insurance?
have a good day.
They turn it around and go, there's a little message on there, and that's like, hey,
Oh
tip
yeah,
me.
yeah. It's like, hey, the tip, the whole thing.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm just saying, no one does it, but compared to the way it used to be,
Now they're pushing the credit cards again too. I don't know where this is coming from, but it's
Pushing
all
the credit
like
cards.
when you go to these stores, they're trying to push
Yeah.
like the store credit card.
We
now.
don't take cash.
What? Who doesn't take cash?
A lot of people aren't doing that these days.
Well, it depends. Have you gone to? You don't go to many sporting events. It's hard to use cash. You can't use any cash at Mercedes-Benz.
I do think that that's strange. Like the first time I heard about that was flying, where they wouldn't, like, we don't accept cash. You can only use like debit or card to like buy a drink. But this is like American legal tender.
I
don't
know.
understand
We've
how you
gone
can
through
say that
this.
You can't use cash.
I thought that there was a rule. This is how dumb I am. I thought that there was a rule that said when it came to legal tender in the United States, that if you had a business in the United States, you had to accept that. But it turns out that is not true. It's not true.
I only
You don't
accept
have to
euro.
accept it.
Like, could you do that?
Huh?
If you wanted? Could you say, like, I only accept euro?
No, you have to accept U.S. denominations, but it can be
Right.
through a debit or credit card.
Right. What I'm saying is, yeah, you can't. You can.
That's weird.
All right, now you guys are completely confused. I mean, could you show up and say I only take Confederate money? I don't know.
Do you have Confederate bonds? I take those.
I think she said if you have a store, you can't put a sign up that says we only accept euro.
Right, because there's still, even through credit cards and your phone and all of that, they're still accepting American money. They're just not accepting it in cash, in paper or silver or whatever it is.
And what places
Coins.
like Mercedes-Benz Stadium do, if you do show up with cash and you don't have a debit card,
They have a
or credit
reverse ATM, which is the most bizarre thing. You put money in, and it gives you a credit card, temporary debit card that you can
like
use.
you're at an arcade or something. And it gives you that card.
Yeah, they have little kiosks outside
You better
the
put
stadium.
a lot of cash in, because if you want more than 2 beers, it's going to cost you like $125.
There should be things that you can do at the stadium to like earn coins to add to your card. Do you know what I mean? Like you clean up something, like you see some trash and you clean it up, and you scan your card at the little trash can, and you get like 50 cents.
Yeah, well, if I'm in the janitorial service and I'm getting paid, I'm not happy about that. It's like, you're,
all right. You
you're
know what?
hitting it
I'm
on my
coming
thing.
up with cool things.
I know
You're just
it's
coming up
not
with
cool
problems.
enough. What you do is you get enough points if you buy enough overpriced food. You get enough points that at the end you get some kind of plushie doll as you're walking out. You know,
so
like
you're
it's a
part of the
carnival.
problem, Eric.
What, you don't like a nice plushie doll on the
it's
way
Freddie
out?
the Falcon.
It's not
Look.
like
I mean,
Freddie
I
the
do
Falcon.
I do like a little plushie.
Yeah, you're
toy.
a
I'm not
plushie
saying-
doll. You're a plushie doll person. You're the face of plushie dolls in
You know,
America.
I'm not saying I wouldn't like. a
Oh,
little
but
plushie
you don't
doll,
like
but
it.
I'm
You don't like them
saying-
there. You don't like them there. What do you want?
Some beer-soaked stuffy you're dragging out of there.
This is the most particular stuffy doll lover in the world over here. She's very, very.
I don't like this one though.
Yeah, you don't like these.
I want
So,
points to get
yeah.
coins.
I what I say is nobody says thank you. I don't. There are all obviously people who are nice, and if you go to like a place like Chick-fil-A, they're still trained to be like super nice. But no, in most places,
pleasure.
I will say this: that most places I do something and I get nothing. But when every time I go get some gum or a candy bar, the machine's actually nicer than the people now.
Thank you.
What's that?
Thank you.
I didn't hear that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And by the way, I always say you're welcome.
Thank you.
Just so I can practice, because humans don't play this game anymore.
Where did that come from? That sound?
That sound.
It's a vending machine.
Vending
Thank
machine.
you.
Oh, it sounded
Please
like
present
something old on a telephone. Like,
Please present your card. Please present your card again. You have to do it twice.
the chip
All right,
reader
see?
is broken.
See, you feel like you can have a conversation because there's a pleasant
Hello, Eric.
demeanor.
How are you today?
I am very good. How are you?
I am fine. Would you like your normal selection of gum?
Yes.
And Red Bull.
And
Honey Bun.
no, I'm not a honey
Snickers.
bun man anymore.
Snickers
I'm
bar.
a Snickers guy now. It is kind of sad though, but
I will
listen,
update my record.
I will say that I'm just going to stop complaining about AI and I'm going to lean in and say, given the fact that people are starting to really, really, really get on my nerves, bring it on. Bring on some AI. Hey, half the people who say thank you to me are coming from a soulless corporate BS point of view anyway. It might as well be a machine.
Thank you. But should you really be eating a Snickers bar every day at your age?
It's a good question. It's a
I
good
have access
question.
to your medical records.
Yeah, I
and it
know.
states
See, yeah.
You are not healthy.
We have oatmeal cookies.
Those aren't good for you. Nothing's
Ours
good for
are.
you. I think my wife goes out and buys these, what are the ones, the nature bars or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, granola.
Years ago I said, it's the same as a Snickers bar.
Go
It
buy
just-
it yourself then.
Oh, what are you standing in for my wife? What do you think?
Yeah.
My wife doesn't have the
My wife won't
wherewithal.
get me the right bar.
That my wife doesn't have the wherewithal to stand up for herself. She needs Autumn to
Well, what does
step
she
in.
say? Does she say, yes, honey, I'm so sorry, honey, I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's a lot of that, groveling.
You quit
sort of,
eating. You don't eat Jared's estrogen bars that he used to eat all the time. Those Luna bars.
Yeah, well, I said he wanted
yeah.
he wanted bigger breasts. He got what he wanted.
Exactly.
People have different dreams.
You're looking good
Yeah,
now.
you don't know
You
what some dudes want,
Yeah.
Yeah,
they want to have
Yeah.
more than one
Guys,
body.
I'm almost
It's
to an
gotta-
A cup here,
Yeah,
guys.
you see,
I'm getting there.
This dude's like a buffet. He wants some
Got the best of
chickpeas.
everything.
That's right. Yeah, it's
Don't shame him.
yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Autumn.
Hey,
looks
don't
hot.
shame. Celebrate. Yes.
I think he looks hot.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
is.
I appreciate
he's
that,
even
George.
looking
Thank you.
better. He's getting better and better on a daily basis.
Better and better.
Better and better.
So as far as the cash goes, Texas is going in reverse. And they're going to legalize. They're going to make gold and silver legal tender. So you can
Really?
shave off a little gold when you go to the store.
Now, see, yeah, I don't know how that usually.
There's like
usually
some prospect. I gonna give me some milk. Let me
comes
bite
in,
it.
comes in with that dust.
Yeah, a big bag.
Pouch of dust. Here you are. I'll take my July 4th supplies now.
Yeah, so if you're a cashier, you've got to get your scale out. And
Absolutely.
weights and-
What are you telling me I can't afford the relish with that pouch?
There's 2 pieces of dust in there.
Sir, there's not enough gold dust in the sack to buy your bananas.
Wouldn't that just end up being like a cash version? Like that, you get paper bills.
They'd have to print their own coins.
Right. But I mean, and then you have to be able to, unless somebody's buying something at an exact price, you have to be able to.
And states
The money
can't-
you're going to get back is going to be in dollars and
States
cents.
can't issue their own legal tender either, as far as I
Well,
know.
no, but gold and silver is not.
all right.
Well, we should just have gold and silver kiosks that
Yes.
transfer wherever you are.
Whatever happened to Bitcoin? I mean, I know it's doing well. I know, but it just still doesn't be like. How come when I check out on Amazon, why isn't it just real easy? I don't have any Bitcoin. I wish I would have.
Don't they have that option?
Huh?
They don't have that option. Some
Not that I-
stores do, but
Yeah, I don't know. Does Amazon take Bitcoin?
I don't think so, no.
I mean, why not?
Not that I'm aware of.
Why not?
Because you'd have to
need
sell
something you
some of
can't
your
track.
You have to do that reverse thing, like sell some of your Bitcoin so that you can have the cash.
Yeah, you got to go to an exchange.
You have to go to a vape store that has a Bitcoin machine.
yeah, exactly for $10 a transaction.
Yeah.
Oh, do they take Bitcoin at the?
They
vape?
have machines at gas stations and
I only
vape
know that
stores.
because I listen to those scam baiters where they pretend to be old women and then the scammers are like, go to this vape shop so that you can like get a receipt for your
Need to
Bitcoin.
go to
A what?
Oh, they scam old people.
Yeah. No. They're scamming the people they're pretending to be old
Right.
people.
Yeah.
And then talking to the scammers and then like figuring out their scam and keeping
I
them on the
see.
phone so that they can't scam real people.
Oh, well, I'm sure that really helps.
Oh, so they're the good
I'm
guys.
sure that
Yes.
I'm sure that really puts a dent in the whole thing.
Oh, no, for real? It really does. Because
How can
this
it?
person specifically works with a company that protects your data, like
Yeah.
just like separately.
Mhm.
And then they have fraud professionals that they work with. They
Mhm.
develop software to
Mhm.
help Oh, okay.
No, I'm not. I'm
No.
doing that. I'm doing that
No.
not to you, but I'm doing that to that whole concept. I just don't think there's any protecting any of that. If you really look, I mean, I say this to people over and over. Just for 1 week, subscribe to the Wall Street Journal email that comes in daily that is just on technology, and you will just be amazed at how many more millions of people have had their data, compromised. Every single day. Every single day. And people forget this story because I guess it was good for people in power, but was it a year ago, 2 years ago, it was found out. Didn't really have legs, this story. The Social Security system was hacked and all of our details have been... how did that story not have legs? I guess didn't it affect... Oh, it only affected everyone gravely.
Thank you.
I wanna live. I wanna kill.
Summer is here, so if you're thinking about selling your home, now is the time. With Mark Spain Real Estate's guaranteed offer, you can sell your home quickly and for maximum value. Hi, it's Chris Chandler. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
The following is a paid commercial announcement.
Americans love using their credit cards, the most secure and hassle-free way to pay. But D.C. politicians want to change that with the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill. This bill lets corporate megastores pick how your credit card is processed, allowing them to use untested payment networks that jeopardize your data security and rewards. Corporate megastores will make more money, and you pay the price. Tell Congress to guard your card, because Americans lose when politicians choose. Learn more at guardyourcard.com. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
Motorcycle riders know that a distracted driver can knock you down. It's nice to know that Steel Horse Law can pick you back up. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler for Steel Horse Law, the Stein and Karen Law Group. In the worst possible scenario, when someone causes you to lay your bike down, Steel Horse Law will get you the best possible settlement. Their name strikes fear in the heart of big insurance companies because Steel Horse Law is respected and will make them pay. Visit steelhorselaw.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, could be picked up as soon as the next day. No title, no problem. Go to carsforkids.org today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather, traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 3:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio with our top local story. Barrow County Schools will get some money from the feds to help cover the cost to support Appalachia High School after the shooting last September.
Following the school shooting on September 4th of last year, Barrow County Schools covered the cost of things like temporary classrooms, substitute teachers, transportation, and other costs. It totaled about $4 million. This $1 million federal grant from the U.S. Department of Education can only be used to reimburse expenses related to continuing instruction for the remainder of the 2024-25 school year.
WSB's Sabrina Cupid says the money will be used to reimburse expenses for things like temporary classroom pods and transportation to get students to alternate locations before those temp classrooms were set up. The Justice Department announces what it's calling the largest healthcare fraud takedown in history, and it involves a case in Georgia.
There's a cardiology provider, and please help me understand this, who's providing cardiology services
hearings in person in Georgia and Nevada at the same time on the same day.
Dr. Mehmet Oz, administrator of the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, talking about Operation Gold Rush. Over $14 billion in alleged fraud was billed to Medicare, Medicaid, and private insurance programs. Republicans blocked Senator John Ossoff's amendment to prevent increases to Georgians' health insurance premiums.
More than 1 million Georgians will pay more for health insurance next year. A family of 4 in Clayton County making $65,000 a year. That's a $2,600 increase.
Ossoff on the Senate floor says, according to Georgians for a Healthy Future, if ACA tax credits expire as they would in the GOP's bill, over 1 million Georgians could see their premiums increase next year. New developments in the Sean Diddy Combs sex crimes trial. The jury says one of the jurors cannot follow the judge's instructions. After the start of deliberations, the jury quickly sent a note related to concern about that juror. The judge then sent a note back reminding them of their lawful duty and told them to keep deliberating. Combs faces charges of racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. It is 3:32. Time for live team coverage of traffic and weather in the 24-hour traffic center. It's Alex Williams.
Travel advisory continues on the west side outer loop crash, 285 southbound, just before Cascade Road exit 7. 2 left lanes are blocked. At times, they're blocking all lanes trying to clear up this mess, and it has cooked the ride back to South Cobb Drive. If you head through downtown as an alternate, it's going to be slow, 75, 85 southbound, really 85 south, starting back at 400. So if you're on 285 south, work your way over to 20 east, then take the connector southbound down toward Langford Parkway and re-enter 285 south. Earlier northbound crash in the same area has cleared. 285 east and southbound, the inner loop over on the east side starting to pack in between Dorville and Tucker, just volume there. And a crash cleared in Norcross, 85 northbound at Jimmy Carter Boulevard, exit 99. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Partly cloudy today with a few pop-up storms, high near 90. Lows tonight in the low 70s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms throughout the morning and the afternoon. Tomorrow's high is 85. Partly cloudy on Wednesday, high 89.
90 in Conyers, 86 in Canton, and 88 in Powder Springs. More news at 4 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Trust is not just a word, it's an experience. When your home needs service, you can trust TE certified electrical, plumbing, heating, and cooling. Hey, it's Chris Chandler. TE is the company I trust to fix any problem once and for all. Their 5-star customer experience means easy online scheduling, friendly technicians, and a lifetime workmanship warranty, so I can just sit back and relax.
TE certified, we love your home.
No one in Georgia treats more kids with cancer and blood disorders, and no one in the Southeast is doing more to advance pediatric cancer research. The Aflac Cancer and Blood Disorder Center of Children's Healthcare of Atlanta cares for thousands of patients each year and offers access to hundreds of clinical trials to kids whose survival depends on new treatment. Listen July 24th and 25th to the 25th annual 95.5 WSB Carathon and support research to find cures. Visit choa.org/carathon to make a donation today.
At Shane Company, we've been engagement ring experts for almost 100 years. We have the largest selection of diamonds and gemstones in stock. You don't have to wait to compare them side by side. Find the one that speaks to you at shaneco.com or in store. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Foundations are created equal, and neither are foundation repair methods. That is why you should always turn to Atlanta Ramjack for your foundation repair. Mark Beckham here, and we have carefully designed our foundation repair methods over the years, currently holding 12 different patents for our solutions. So if you see cracks in your brick or floor, or if a door doesn't shut properly, or your windows stick, this can all spell foundation trouble. Visit atlantaramjack.com for your free estimate and peace of mind.
What is All Care? All Care is expert urgent care and primary care under a single roof, offering convenience and continuity for your healthcare needs. All Care is a team of physicians and clinicians who know you and your medical history, so they can provide the personalized care you deserve. And with both family and immediate care services offered 7 days a week, All Care means seeing your doctor on your schedule. 15 convenient locations, same-day appointments, and walk-ins welcome. Remember, urgent care plus primary care equals All Care. Learn more at allcare-ga.com.
So, yeah, the jury just got going in the Diddy case with their deliberations, and they sent a note to the judge. And in the note, it said, we have a juror 25, who we believe cannot follow your Honor's instructions. And the foreperson wanted to meet with the judge about it. Now, at first I thought, well, is this guy just so dumb? He just doesn't have any idea how.
Is his name Puff Daddy, Puffy P. Diddy, Diddy Swag, or Brother Love?
You don't even know who's on trial here.
Is his name Sean?
Yeah.
Well, again, Puff Diddy, Puff Daddy,
This guy can't get past
Diddy,
the names.
Swag, and Brother Love.
So I thought that was the case, but it turns out that this guy's a PhD in molecular biology, and he has studied veterinary science. I don't know how well he did on them, but he's not. So is this a matter of, like, jury nullification that's going on here? I have no idea. But the judge got together with the two sides, and the judge is not meeting with the foreperson, and it just basically said, hey, you're just getting started. Stick to it. Get going. Tell him I really meant it with my rules, and get going from here. So we'll see. I don't know if that break is good for Diddy or the prosecution. I don't know. But I'm leaning toward it's good for Diddy because I don't think the prosecution made the case. So
people are also making the case that it's good for Diddy that there are more men on the jury than women.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's strange. It's a strange conclusion.
Yeah, I like it when men treat women like crap.
Yeah, that was my thought initially when I heard that. They're like, I think there's 4 or 5 more men on the jury than women.
Well, remember what you go through to get a jury. It's like each side has X number of people that go, nope, I don't want you on the jury. So you settle on a jury, and when you start a court case, ostensibly both sides have said, the defense and the prosecution, yeah, we're good with this jury. So. Yeah, it's 5 men, but who are they? What's their background?
Yeah, we don't know.
Do they still love their moms, or do they hate their mothers? It's very different men.
Do they have a fetish for baby oil or not?
Are they worried about a national baby oil shortage? That could work out. Mm-hmm. That can work a way into the. Depends. Depends on what your thing is.
What's your thing?
What is your thing?
I like to watch.
Maybe that was part of the questioning. What's your thing?
It should be. It should be part of the questioning. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna lean into everything is good for Diddy until I find out otherwise, because I wasn't, I guess America is more shocked by people who use vast amounts of baby oil than me. That was just in the news every day. Okay, the first time I heard it, but it's like, are people still talking about that at parties? Hey, did you hear about how much baby oil he has? Something else, isn't it?
Sure is.
Yeah, my brain acclimated to that about, 17 minutes after I first heard it. That did not end up being like, is it against the law?
Well, you're a big baby.
Why is that a big part of this case? Is it against the law to buy too much baby? Hey, he was worried about his guest. That's for sure. He didn't want to see a bunch of chafing.
Did he do it during the pandemic? Because that would be hoarding.
Yeah.
Did people need baby oil during the pandemic?
People needed soft skin.
Who needs baby oil?
People who need soft skin.
Oil?
A lot of people.
Well, I know baby oil though seems like an old school way of all of this stuff. We have other products now.
All kinds of stuff now that you don't use baby oil.
He's used to what he's used to.
Yeah, well, that's right. Exactly. He likes what he likes.
Yeah.
Like the rest of us, we all like what we like. Diddy's no different. Well, yeah, of course he is, but you know what I mean.
Right.
But in terms of
celebrities are just like us.
In terms of personal lubricants.
He uses lard too.
Everybody's body is different.
I got a bag of Crisco now.
Gross.
Not even a can, just a bag.
A bag.
Yeah, he took it from his grandma's house. She don't need it.
Yeah, he just ladled out a couple of.
It's the butter flavored one.
Let me get a scoop of that.
What Crisco is for, like if you're gonna make a pie or something, like you
use it
put
for anything
bottom.
that you would use lard or oil for. It's just
Or butter.
Yeah, it's
butter.
a solid.
But is it bad for you? Is it bad for you?
It's not good for you.
Is it like some sort of synthetic
It's the best thing
version?
to fry chicken in.
Is it the best thing to fry? Just as far as flavor goes.
No, lard is
No,
better.
it's just good for frying chicken. It's got a low smoke point.
See, we gotta
beef tallow, lard.
All right, so we gotta. This could go on till 7 o'clock. And don't
What
get
do
me
you
wrong.
like better, beef tallow or lard?
Don't get me
Now,
wrong.
I like to make a dredge.
I can smell the
instead of an
ratings. Don't get
egg
me
and
wrong.
flour.
But
Don't forget ghee, which is clarified butter.
What do you mean, ghee?
It's
Like
clarified
that thing
butter.
you wear to a judo match?
No, it's spelled differently.
No.
Ghee is clarified butter.
Great.
I used ghee for the first time yesterday. I didn't realize that you don't really use it like you would butter. And I
No.
put it on a sweet potato.
Oh,
and it
gross.
was so awful.
No, you cook with it.
I just think if somebody tuned in right there.
Oh, they're
I
loving
used
it.
ghee for the first time. What did I just come up with? Is this the Food Network? What is happening? What is happening is a good question to this country. And we're going to ignore that for most of the rest of it.
I want to hear about the vote for the big, beautiful bill.
Hey, by the way, I was thinking about the big, beautiful bill. Trump's right. Republicans have always, they love the word big next to government. It's always been that way, hasn't it? Things haven't been turned upside down that a Republican president is talking about a big, beautiful government bill. Things have always been that way.
We need a bigger, beautiful
that
bill.
Rand Paul and Thomas Massey, they're rhinos. Republicans like the word big next to the word government. They always have. Everyone
Didn't Reagan
knows
start
that.
that?
What?
Was it Reagan or Bush who started having the big next to everything?
No, Reagan was against big.
I know him.
Oh, okay. All right, I got you. You should have thrown a little more ironic
What are you, my
flourish
wife?
in there. I know. I was suddenly assuming the role of my wife, answering sarcasm.
That's not the first time.
Oh, what?
I've heard.
Let's
break it down.
Let's air out grievances for the whole show. Happy Monday morning to everybody. I can't believe the show's done
It's
as
Monday
well as it
afternoon,
has with somebody like me, a rat bastard like me, as the host.
That's a lot.
I like that. We'll bring that one back. He's a rat
bastard.
That's like the lowest of the low.
Yeah.
Maybe at the end of the Diddy thing, they'll say, not guilty, but we did find he's a rat bastard.
Which isn't illegal.
It's not illegal, but we're just telling
Well, it should be.
It certainly should be. Being a bastard is on the line, but being a rat bastard certainly should have you, should come with some jail time.
Not only were
years.
you born of a rat, but you have no mother.
Well, you have a
Or
mother.
father,
You don't have a father.
Oh, is it father?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
When you're a bastard,
That's right.
it's like you don't have
Fatherless.
nobody. We don't know
No
what
one claims
royalty,
you.
what lineage of the royalty
Yeah.
that we can say that you're in. From the, but aren't we all bastards, really?
Yeah, pretty much.
Not me.
Some
I
of
heard I
us.
was planned. That was always the thing I was told. My father said you were planned, and then I also planned to leave when you were 12. Everything went.
He had an outline.
Everything went. You got to give it to him. The guy goes on schedule.
What if one parent?
Magazines
What
leave.
if one parent says you're planned and the other one says you weren't? Who do you trust?
I trust.
You ask the other. You ask the other which one is lying.
No, the way
And
that it works
then-
is if they don't both agree that you're planned, you weren't. Basically, because plans, people remember making plans. Remember when we sat down and we planned to have a child? All right, I've looked into it,
I
honey.
don't really remember.
We're gonna have
Pretty
to.
drunk.
We're gonna have sex until you're impregnated. Well, the plan has to start at the beginning. You wanna
When's
make
your
sure
cycle?
You're all on. Yes, exactly. We have to stay in line. We don't want to be using birth control or anything like that.
How did y'all do it back then? Because my goodness,
How did y'all do it back then? How did y'all do it back then? Last time when I got my wife pregnant, it was the year 1997. How did we do it back then?
I know. Now there's all these apps that tell you like the specific times to get pregnant and everything. Now
We
And-
just
and people
had
are
a bunch
very-
of we just had a bunch of unprotected sex until you find purchase.
Unless
I mean,
you
that's
have an issue, it's just frequently. You just
Yeah.
do it frequently. And then when you don't do it because of like women's cycle, you don't do it either. You hold it back.
Oh. I remember.
No, it just makes it more concentrated.
I remember after the. That's not true.
Yes,
It's
it is.
not true.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
All right, I don't know if it's true or not, but it sounds dumb, even if it is true.
Well, then you're
I,
calling Mother Nature dumb, and she's
well,
gonna strike you down with a lightning.
You know me with my my kind of misogyny. It's universal. So yeah, I'll call Mother Nature names.
Oh shoot!
She deserves it.
Thank you.
Is your summer vacation going to be a week at the beach or a week in the backyard standing in the kiddie pool?
If you listen to 95.5 WSB, that week at the beach could be yours. It's $1,000 Thursdays on WSB.
Your chance to win $1,000 every hour between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. on Thursdays.
Listen for the keyword. Enter the keyword at WSBradio.com or on the WSB app within that hour.
Get all the info at WSBradio.com.
$1,000 Thursdays this Thursday.
From 95.5 WSB.
Where Atlanta wins.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Private Selection Angus 80% lean ground chuck is on sale. 16-ounce packages are $5.49 each with your digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Hey, if you got weekend plans, make sure your home is ready for them. I called Wise Guys Pro Wash and boom, the house, driveway, and patio were spotless. They even cleaned the roof. I didn't even have to be home. They are truly professionals using the top equipment in the industry, and their soft washing kept my home safe and damage-free, and the results, incredible. Wise Guys has more than 2,000 five-star reviews, and I know why now. So mention me, Chris Chandler, for $70 off your next service. Book today at wiseguysprowash.com.
Men, are you having problems performing in the bedroom? Do pills like Viagra and Cialis leave you feeling frustrated? Well, now, there's new hope for men who suffer from PE and ED problems. Meet Dr. Katz, a specialist in men's health.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Katz with Choice Men's Health. Regardless of your age or medical condition, Choice Men's Health can safely restore your sexual potency. Our customized solutions can eliminate your problem in just one visit. There's no pain, no surgery, and it's affordable.
Guys, don't let the anxiety over your performance get you down. We can get you back in the game. Call Choice Men's Health today to find out how you can eliminate ED on the very first visit. Call 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
If you had an encounter with the police and feel like you've been treated unfairly, George Stein, the DUI lawyer, can help. George will guide you through the legal system and work to get your charges dismissed. DUI? Hire the attorney that other attorneys hire. GeorgeStein.com.
You've worked hard to make your home energy efficient, but did you think about your garage door? It's the largest opening in your house. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of all Four Seasons Garage and Entry Doors. This summer, save money on your energy bills and replace your old door with a beautiful, energy-efficient garage door. We offer affordable prices on a huge selection of styles, colors, and custom features. When trust matters, trust us. All the number 4 seasonsgarages.com.
Thanks for calling Reliable Heating and Air. How can I help?
Hi, I know it's late, but my water heater just busted and there's water everywhere.
No worries, a plumber's on the way.
Is it expensive to replace?
Nope, just $29.99 a month, 0 down, no credit check, lifetime warranty, and same-day install guaranteed, or we pay you $300.
Did you say $29 a month?
Yep.
Wow. Okay, let's do it.
Get a plumber fast with Reliable. Book online at reliableair.com.
Reliable Air is always just right.
At the Original Mattress Factory, we make mattress shopping easy. We offer our lowest and best price to everyone, every day, so you can shop when you're ready. We show you exactly what's inside of our mattresses so you can see and feel the quality for yourself to ensure you're getting the best value. And we offer a no-pressure shopping experience. Our team is here to help you find the best mattress for you. It's that easy. Visit an OMF location today to see the Original Mattress Factory difference for yourself.
The truth is, I would really never understand women and the things that they find interesting and, like serial killers. Crime in general. But, Jerry kept talking about all his friends who are the birthing age, and they all have, all the women are just, all they talk about is these apps that tell them when they're, all right, got to have sex between this time and it's where I'm ovulating. And my assumption is these are all young couples. Aren't they just getting it on all the time? You just get it on without protection until the seed takes purchase. What? I don't get. I want to say to young women who, for some reason, have been brought up to believe that the things that they're interested in are interesting. I don't know, but I'll just say this. I'll just say when it comes to getting pregnant, many, many, many illiterate women working in fields have done this, right? Throughout time. Let's go through the first, 10,000 years or so of human beings knowing that they were around. Yeah, basically, something fell out. Okay, stop. We got a new one.
Something fell out.
I mean, when you were nomadic, All right, stop for a second. But wait, the buffalo, we got to say something happened here. We got another person suddenly joined us. Like, it's not every penny spent on an app for this is wasted, and I'm sure it's like subscriptions and all of this kind of stuff. Why are women so easily convinced that I don't understand? It's like it's not that difficult. It's not that difficult to get pregnant. If it were, we wouldn't be worried about like the teen pregnancy problem. These are people who aren't trying.
Yeah.
And it
is difficult for some people to get pregnant.
Okay,
obviously.
let's take them off the table. If you're some part of a percentage that this thing happens or there's something congenital, but my guess is you're not making a bunch of money on this app based on those numbers. It becomes this. When you're pregnant with your first child, you do not have to become the most boring person who's ever lived. Meaning, you can talk about other things. It's possible.
Sometimes it's.
I know you've been there.
It's hard because sometimes you just can't. Like it's a huge thing.
Sure, it is. Absolutely.
And it's only happening to you, and so you can't help but talk about it and think about it and wonder about it and ask people about it. It's just
Jared told me
time in people's lives.
It puts a lot of fear in these women. It's like, oh my God.
Don't listen to Jared's point of view
well,
about
hold on.
He's just showing you observation.
He's just telling us what he's seeing around him. He's not speaking for the women. Aim your anger toward me. I'm the one who's doing that. I'm speaking for women. He's just telling me what he sees, and these are the people around him, and just the obsession with an app and a whatever. It's like,
a couple years ago for the same
honey,
group.
here, I sent you something in your app. It's a file. Oh, divorce papers. I can't live with you anymore.
A couple of years ago when the Find My Friends or I guess the Find My iPhone function was really, really becoming big, this is the same group of people that love to track their husbands or their boyfriends via the Find My...
If you want to track your husband or your boyfriend, don't do that. Save money. Don't get a private detective. Just get a divorce. Because if you think you have to track that person, this is not a good marriage.
Now a lot of them have moved on to this is the time where I should get pregnant. And and for my buddies that are in the process of dealing with it, like, time for the farmer to come deliver. Here we go.
All right, here we go. Yeah. It's like,
why, is he getting her pregnant?
Because he likes to plow.
Yeah. And reap.
You know the farmers bought out Stork Incorporated. I don't know if you heard about that. The Farmers is actually a private equity group who have now bought out all pregnancy.
Bang, 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 bang.
Where do you want the cabbage patch?
Yeah.
You would tell me that like there's all this fear, like, oh, the fork touched the thing, and that means that's bad for my child. It's like, again, illiterate people working in fields did this for thousands of years. Thousands of years. Probably, I mean, I don't, and you live in the best of times as far as medical care goes for this.
Hands down.
I mean, it used to be you lost your first 7 before one stuck.
It's grateful when
now, if there's problems during pregnancy, there's a damn good chance that that's going to be fixed by the time the child's born.
When I see this going on out in the wilds of Atlanta, it makes me grateful to have a very cool wife and knowing that she doesn't track me and that she doesn't have to.
Well, I know that, but she ain't been pregnant yet.
That's true. That's true. Maybe it'll change her a little bit, but my goodness.
There'll be one moment. It's like 5 months in where you'll turn to her and say, yeah, I know it's important, but can we talk about something else for 30 minutes? Just 30. That's all I'm asking.
All right, how about my sister's kid?
yeah.
Then once they're born, you have a bunch of peers who have kids the same age, and then the comparisons start. Well, he's talking all right. Well, what do I care? What do I care what somebody else's kid? Oh, her kid's crawling all right. Who cares? It's not my kid. I would say this. If my kid gets to be 18 years old and they're not crawling yet, I'll get worried about it.
They're not walking.
No, crawling.
Hey, Dad, can you carry me? Can you carry me, Dad?
Yeah, carry me, Dad.
Well, my point is, it's all BS for women to rank each other. It's like, he started crawling 1 month before this one. Who cares? If the kid's 18 and he's not crawling yet, I will admit there's a problem. Until then, I'm going to ignore this incessant chatting.
18 years old is the threshold there. That's where everything needs to be done.
You need to be able to walk, so you can walk your ass out of my house.
It is officially summer break, and we can all take a deep breath. Well, only if your air ducts are clean. Call the cleaning pros at Zero Res to get your ducts insanely clean. And now you can take advantage of their summer sale for 15% off all services, including carpet, area rugs, and air duct cleanings. For a limited time, mention me, Chris Chandler, and you'll get 15% off your next service. That is right, any service, 15% off. Use promo code SUMMERSALE when scheduling online at ZeroResAtlanta.com.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
A few years ago, my youngest son had something minor turned into something very major in a matter of hours.
It was Medi-Share that came through for us, and there was no hassles, there was no problem.
That's what's so wonderful about knowing that you're a part of such an incredible ministry.
Medi-Share is a biblical approach to healthcare where Christians share each other's medical expenses.
Medi-Share is a family, a group of people that stick with you through the hardest times of your life.
Medi-Share isn't insurance. It's a nonprofit ministry over 30 years old, and members have shared over $8 billion of each other's medical bills.
We don't have to spend so much on health insurance. You can focus that on supporting other people.
Medi-Share is affordable.
Medi-Share is biblical.
Medi-Share is family. Join thousands of Christians who can help you save on your health care and support your family when you need it. Call 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE.
Monica Pearson for Superior Plumbing. Do you have a plumbing issue but have a busy weekday schedule? Superior Plumbing can schedule an appointment that fits your schedule. They show up on time and get the job done right the first time. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years.
If you're thinking about selling your home this summer, now is the time. With the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can sell your home hassle-free and make the most money. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
The following is a paid commercial announcement. Congress's planned Medicaid budget cuts will deny health care to Georgia families, drive up hospital closures, and cost Georgia jobs. The stakes are too high. Medicaid currently covers 2 million Georgians and almost half of Georgia children. To protect Georgia from harm, Congress must save Medicaid. Visit coveredga.org/cuts to learn more. Paid for by Georgians for a Healthy Future.
Summer's a time to feel and look your best, but I'm not talking about your abs or your tan. Hey guys, it's Mark Aram here. I'm talking about your hair. Restore that bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning during Advanced Hair's once-yearly summer savings event. Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day, and they guarantee your new hair will grow. There's absolutely no one in hair restoration I trust more than Advanced Hair. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar. Advanced Hair's summer sales event on for a limited time, so get the details and schedule your free consultation today. 470-660-HAIR. One-day treatment, life-changing results. With Advanced Hair, your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Check out the incredible before and afters and take advantage of their best offer ever. That's 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com. 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Multiple contractors and estimates for your home projects? What a hassle. Instead, trust the Plus. Painting Plus.
Hi, I'm Charlie, owner of Painting Plus and the Plus family of businesses. We're reliable, fully licensed and insured. No muss, no fuss. Trust the Plus and leave everything on your list to us.
If your home's exterior has it, the Plus can improve it. Painting Plus. Siding, gutters, windows, decks, porches, roofing, and more. Trust the Plus. PaintingPlus.com.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk. News, weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 4 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by D. Geller & Son Jewelers. Our top local story is work to demolish the Atlanta Medical Center begins today. Developers are looking to the future. Here's a report all new at 4 o'clock.
Large equipment hacks away at the concrete entrance to the old Atlanta Medical Center as work to transform the area gets underway. Egbert Perry, chairman and CEO of the Integral Group, says exact plans for the Boulevard Next project are still in the works, but
we're here to do it right, not fast.
Perry says the 22-acre site will feature mixed-income housing, green space, and even some health resources.
We are committed to revitalizing the community with empathy and foresight.
He believes community input will be key. In downtown Atlanta, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
90 degrees in Atlanta. We've got some spotty rain showers around this afternoon, but nothing widespread like we're going to see tomorrow. Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. A Buckhead business is ripped off in a cryptocurrency theft scheme. WSB's Veronica Waters reports live. 4 North Korean nationals are indicted by the feds.
Yeah, Bill, and an Atlanta blockchain research company is among the many businesses hit nationwide by a virtual army of North Korean remote IT scammers. The FBI and U.S. Attorney's Office here in Atlanta say 4 men have been indicted in this district in what they're calling a long con. These men essentially get hired at companies using fake names and credentials. They work for these companies, even doing real work, but they get into the system after earning their employer's trust and then redirect money, often from digital contracts which were meant to go someplace else, but instead are redirected to a wallet which then goes to the North Korean government. And in a very chilling aspect of this, all of these scammers are working for the North Korean government, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office and the FBI, and that money that they're stealing from companies here is being used to fund North Korea's weapons program, which then becomes a matter of national security. Homeland Security, there was no indication or that they could reveal to me today about whether or not that money has been put to nefarious use in ways that we would know. That is being kept under wraps, at least for now. But we do know that these 4 men have been indicted here, and it's been a nationwide effort today with so many, at least a couple of dozen people taken into custody, or I'm sorry, not taken into custody because they're hiding in North Korea, but indicted in connection with this scam today, and more than 200 victims tallied so far. Reporting live at FBI headquarters in Atlanta, Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
Georgia is part of the FBI's Operation Gold Rush, the largest healthcare fraud takedown in history.
In all, criminal charges were filed against 324 defendants, including 96 doctors, nurse practitioners, pharmacists, and other licensed medical professionals. One case involved a cardiology provider who was providing services in person here in Georgia and Nevada at the same time on the same day. Christopher Delgado with the FBI pointing out,
it's not just about financial losses. It's about patients being exposed to unnecessary procedures, false diagnoses, and delayed care.
Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
The Barrow County school system gets money from the federal government to cover the cost of purchases made to support Appalachia High School following last September's shooting on campus. The $1 million from the U.S. Department of Education can only be used to reimburse expenses on instruction for the remainder of the school year. The school system initially covered the $4 million cost. Water and sewer rates won't be going up tomorrow in DeKalb County as planned.
The hike won't take place as scheduled, but it's only a temporary reprieve. The county says before enacting the 10% hike in the water and sewer rates, it wants to firm up its partnership with the Urban League to ensure the program's success, and it wants to make sure the public has adequate resources to understand the rate hike, which will fund improvements to its aging infrastructure. About 180,000 customers will see monthly rates go up about $7. They'll be informed online when the rate hike goes into effect. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
It is now 4:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, it's live team coverage of traffic and weather. In the 24-hour traffic center, Alex Williams.
Some better news on that west side perimeter, Bill. That long-lasting crash, it was in the left lanes, 285 southbound, the outer loop before Cascade Road exit 7. That has cleared. Now it's all about the recovery mode for those brake lights that stretch back to South Atlanta Road. Travel advisory in Holly Springs, a right lane crash, 575 northbound, Holly Springs Parkway exit 14. You're jammed up back to 6's Road. You can use Highway 5 as an alternate. And looking for a crash in DeKalb County, I-20 westbound past Panola Road exit 71 in that busy work zone. Seeing those brake lights back toward Evans Mill Road. And elsewhere downtown, it's a slow ride southbound from the 85-400 merge. And you stay slow down past William Street, where an earlier stall has cleared off to the right. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. Partly cloudy, warm and muggy this evening. An isolated rain shower can't be ruled out, but mainly dry. Lows tonight in the low 70s. Tomorrow, scattered rain showers and thunderstorms. Some will be heavy at times, high 85. Drying out on Wednesday, partly cloudy, high 89.
Storm Tracker radar is mostly quiet around Metro Atlanta at this hour. It's 87 in Sandy Springs, 91 in Scottdale, 87 in College Park. More news at 4:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 2 of the von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. Of course, getting the first as we head into July 4th week.
Independence Week.
Hey, look, if everybody that's these days has their birthdays a week long, at least the country, right, ought to have a birthday week.
Happy birthday to America.
Yeah.
For the entire week.
It's birthday week. Hey, for this week, America is the queen.
That's right. Well, king.
Well, I'm just saying.
America's Cake Week.
Yeah.
Aunt Sam.
Aunt Sam.
That's right. Wait.
Auntie Sam.
Auntie Sam.
So we get our first. It's the same thing every year. This is the first one I've seen this year. This is from the Patch. What is the Patch? Is that the Atlanta Patch, or is that one of those
local?
It's one of those things. It's not really local though, right? It's like it's actually in every locality, and it's just called your patch.
Yeah,
right?
every city's got
AOL on it.
Possibly.
The Crofton Patch.
Well, according to this one, it's, how to avoid burning your eyes and blowing off your fingers with 4th of July fireworks.
Dang.
Really?
Is that specific?
It says, please click through. That headline. We're dying here on the Patch.
Don't hold on to the firecracker.
How to save your eyeballs. Please click through.
Do
Things
you
are
want to
tough.
keep your eyeballs this season?
Better click through because things are tough here at the Patch.
No more putting Roman candles in your nose and
I would say, well, that's first you got to read it. You got to be told.
I bet you
Otherwise,
guys didn't
people
know.
won't know.
On a typical year, guys, 2,000 Americans, half of them children, will suffer eye injuries when setting off 4th of July fireworks.
Well, I mean, it makes sense because they explode. And anything that explodes, this is something I don't need a Patch article to tell me, is dangerous. If
to
things, to the eyes, to anything, but especially the eyes, because they're the soft, fleshy things inside of our skull.
They are very, very fragile,
Weird.
and they have a very thin shield to protect them.
But a mighty shield, I would say.
The eyebrows and the eyelashes really are the
and-
soldiers.
Yeah. But I mean,
Front line.
that sort of like mucus-like exterior on the eyeball itself. It's pretty delicious. I like when you say, that's right. Sounds very delicious.
Membraney.
Here's my thing about 4th of July fireworks. I think it all depends on if you live in a cool neighborhood, which I like my neighborhood. I love my neighborhood. I've lived there for over 25 years now. But when it comes to shooting off fireworks, we get too many dog owners and too many people just get mad. One guy, kind of threatened to beat me up one year when I had the kids out there doing the thing. I was like, they're legal. And it will be legal for me to sue you after you smash my face into the ground, but I don't feel like dealing with that right now. You know me, I don't like blood. So but
maybe you would have beat him down.
No, he emerged. I mean, I'll tell you, man, I'll never forget this. It was like a movie because we had shot off enough fireworks that there was smoke, and it's nighttime. And this guy just emerged through the smoke, no shirt, barrel chested, looked like he's just gotten here from some East European army.
It's a good visual.
Yeah, looked like one of those people in Barry, from like Eastern Europe, like that kind of look.
Is he still in your neighborhood?
Yeah, but he's the one guy I don't wave to. So who won? That's the question.
Right.
Really, you don't.
He knows it too.
You don't
He's
get
like, "Man,
my.
that guy waves at everyone."
You don't get my. But I mean, let's just bring it down to dog owners who just, for some reason refuse to get their pets ready for July 4th. So I don't. They do have these things. Do they work? The thunder
blankets?
Blankets and all that kind of stuff. And
their shirts.
Do they work? I don't,
Yeah, they've worked.
Okay, if you're a dog owner and you don't like your dog suffering on July 4th, I would guess save up a few pennies, and the next July 4th, you got the thunder shirts ready to go. And oh my goodness, you can be a loving dog owner, and the kids in the neighborhood. No. Open your door and yell at kids. That's what you need to do. You need to yell at people mid-celebration. Yell at them.
Benadryl works also.
Yeah, I don't want to drug my animals, though. You never know what's going to happen.
You give them the right dosage.
Yeah, you give them the
Okay,
wrong
don't give 'em a
dosage, they're
bunch.
pooping all over the place.
They might like the fireworks if you give them the right dosage.
No,
Yeah, this is awesome.
I'm just saying, if you're a dog owner and July 4th is a thing, isn't it on you? No kid should have any fun. Wait, there's something you can do. I don't care. No kid. He doesn't like coats either. All right. Well, what am I supposed to do with your dog? He's very, very picky.
What about the doggy headphones? You get the doggy
Get the
headphones.
doggy headphones. Get whatever. So I guess if you live out in a rural area, then it's just like, watch this. You're having all the fun in the world. It's bonfire days. But as a neighborhood to neighborhood, you just got to figure it out. I'm not going to be yelled at by other adults in the middle of it. I'm
if you're
beyond
doing
that.
something legal, then they can yell at you all they
fine.
want. They can't really do anything.
Yeah, and again, I would get a lot of money the next day, but I don't want to get punched in the face.
No, even like without them punching you, it's like, okay, what are they going to do? Make a little fit and have a little tantrum?
But they could
And then what?
punch me.
Was he asleep or something that early?
No, he claimed that some of the ashes were falling on his house.
Oh.
Hey! And
You do that?
hey! I said, well, get out the hose and just water it down. I didn't say that.
Yeah, what's that? I can understand why he'd be upset if you responded that way.
Well, I mean, I was worried about his house. What are you doing over
Give
here?
him
Your
no
house could be on
power.
fire. So it's just not fun. If you've got half the neighborhood wants to do it, half the neighborhood doesn't. It's just not fun to me. I'm not having fun knowing that I'm winning and what you want to happen, not happen, is happening. That's not fun to me. What's fun is everybody goes, hey, it's July 4th. It's been raining every single day, so there's no chance of a brush fire. Let's have some fun.
Exactly. And the forecast looks awesome this weekend.
Get your wife to make a pie.
Mm-hmm.
Make a Benadryl pie.
Oh, yeah.
And give it to him and say, hey, I know we've had some tension
Yeah.
over the years.
But here, I want you to eat
My
this.
wife made you this beautiful pie.
Somewhere about a half hour before sundown, I would say just eat a large slice.
Oh, it's going to be so good. I'm so jealous. I really wanted a piece, but
This will be dessert for the whole family tonight. Then we're going to drive someplace.
All right, maybe you should go ahead. Maybe you should drive and then eat the pie. I didn't realize you were leaving the neighborhood. You're leaving before. Oh, you know what? Let us keep the pie. And how about tomorrow? You have
No, I'll keep it. Thank you. I'll take it.
I'm hungry right now.
I'm going to eat and drive.
So since you're not going to light off fireworks in your cul-de-sac, are you going to go and watch a display
Hell
somewhere else?
No,
Oh, that's even worse because then you have to get out wherever you found yourself.
Yeah, you got to drive somewhere, and then you always have to walk 1.5 miles down a 2-lane road somewhere to get
with your
no,
folding
thanks.
chair. And a
Yeah,
blanket.
yeah. That's fun when you're 11.
Yeah.
It is fun. That is.
It's a
great time
blast
when you're 11.
a kid. And it's a blast. It's fantastic. As an adult, no thanks. I'll stay home and watch it on PBS or something.
PBS.
Maybe the Beach Boys will show up.
Fox News. It's patriotic.
Too soon.
Yeah. Well,
they still tour.
No, they still tour. They've been touring without Brian Wilson for years. So
I'm still so sad about it.
Well, so am I. But
Get over it.
But
Did you see the AC/DC concert where they were singing and it was terrible?
No.
That was the sound, though. They've had problems with their
Well,
sound and back end.
The sound was awful, but also the singing was not.
Okay, now, first of all, this is the singing for, it's as I recall, with AC/DC, you don't exactly have an opera star.
No, but it was like,
how old is he, 76,
yeah,
77?
exactly. You shouldn't be doing
Very
it.
hard to do that kind of singing when you get older.
Were they at Glastonbury?
Probably, I don't know. Are they at Glastonbury?
I'll check. I think I sent it to Tim Endry.
You did, and I watched it, and I thought that he sounded pretty normal. Brian did, but the rest of it just sounded terrible.
It's kind of hard to tell when somebody's just using their phone, though.
Yeah.
Like as far as what the acoustics are actually like, it's where they're standing or sitting, but I haven't heard it yet. But you're just saying they sound like garbage, Autumn. You're just saying it all sounds bad. I got to check it out.
It's too late for these people. They need to stop. It's okay to
It's
stop.
okay. I do agree with that to a certain degree, but it also depends on when I saw the Stones like last year or something. They were all over 80. They put on a good show.
They can do
mixed
it.
voice for a first song or two was a little bit.
Not everybody
but after
can do
that,
it.
Right. I guess that's what it's on, right?
Yeah.
If you work with your hands, it becomes obvious when you have to stop, right? But in these situations, you can keep making money. Foreigner just came out and said, oh, yeah, that whole thing about how we're going to retire. Yeah, we're going to stay out there, even though there are no original members of this band. Every once in a while, Mick Jones shows up and plays one song. But Mick Jones is retired, and he's like, why would I stop this mailbox money?
Yep.
So,
Jefferson Starship is still good, too.
Well, he can still sing.
He can still sing. I think what these bands ought to do is they ought to anoint a cover band at some point.
Yeah,
I hear
to
this.
carry on the torch.
Yeah, I hear that I can't remember what they're called necessarily. I'm sure it's one of the names, but it might be Rumors. But there's a Fleetwood Mac cover band that everyone says is just like seeing Fleetwood Mac in
Rumors.
1978.
Rumors is great.
Right? Yeah.
I actually know the lead singer for that.
Oh, look at that.
She's really good.
So they should just come around and go anoint them and go, hey, for the next 12, 15 years until they get all old and disposable.
And then it becomes
go
a
watch
copy
them.
of a copy of a copy. So
Yeah.
then,
Yeah.
they anoint and they anoint and they anoint. And then you get
Before
to
you know
some
it.
really strange,
Yeah.
AI simulated version of Fleetwood Mac.
By the way, did you hear about this this band that's taking off on AI? They're not real. I mean, taking off on Spotify. They're not real. They're AI. It's called Velvet Sundown, I think. Check this out, George Clark. But it's a new thing where the Spotify soulless bastards are starting to create AI things because then they don't have to pay royalties. Wow.
Yeah, they've got over 555,000 listens already, and they're not.
They've been around 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly, and they're called Velvet Sundown.
Velvet Sundown. We got to
great name.
Let's get their big hit. Hey, you know what? Music is now. I mean, what is the difference? You hear some of this AI stuff, and then you hear like the new thing from Sabrina Carpenter. What the hell's the difference?
Morgan Wallen.
Charlie XCX is going to get mad at you. She's calling out the boomers for getting mad that she does auto-tune.
Oh, yeah? Well, get a voice. What do I have to say? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm a boomer, and something about singer's voice.
She's
means
a
something to
performer,
me.
Eric, and you should
She's
respect
brat.
her.
She's a brat.
Exactly,
Well,
she's a
good.
brat.
Let her be a performer. But, I mean, calling us out. It's hey, I don't have a good argument to rebut that, so what I would like to say is just shut up. Hello, Alex Williams. Alex has better news on 575 and Holly Springs.
Hey, good Monday afternoon, Eric and gang. Yeah, much better news if you're traveling in Cherokee County on 575 north up into Holly Springs or Canton. That earlier travel advisory has cleared off to the right to the crash. 575 northbound, Holly Springs Parkway, exit 14. So now it's in recovery mode. Back towards Sixes Road and Ridge Walk Parkway. 400 northbound, still looking pretty good this afternoon. Tapping the brakes in Sandy Springs from Abernathy up to Northridge. 85 northbound, that volume is picking up pretty quickly from 285 in Doraville up to Jimmy Carter Boulevard, exit 99 in Norcross. Exit 99 in Norcross. Traffic brought to you by Blindster.com. Blindster.com's 4th of July sale is your chance to save up to 50% site-wide on custom blinds, shades, and shutters. This deal ends July 9th. Shop Blindster.com today. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
When news breaks in Georgia, NASA confirms the bright fireball spotted in the sky was indeed a meteorite across the U.S.
The court just ruled parents can opt their kids out of LGBTQ-themed instruction.
and around the world.
The president says he thinks Iran is done trying to create a nuclear weapon.
We've got it covered.
He saw a hole in the ceiling, and he looked on the floor and saw some debris.
It made it so that the executive has more power than it did before.
They blew these places up in a major league way.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's breaking news station.
Summer's a time to feel and look your best, but I'm not talking about your abs or your tan. Hey guys, it's Mark Aram here. I'm talking about your hair. Restore that bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning during Advanced Hair's once yearly summer savings event. Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day, and they guarantee your new hair will grow. There's absolutely no one in hair restoration I trust more than Advanced Hair. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar. Advanced Hair's summer sales event on for a limited time, so get the details and schedule your free consultation today. 470-660-HAIR. One-day treatment, life-changing results. With Advanced Hair, your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Check out the incredible before and afters and take advantage of their best offer ever. That's 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com. 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Hi, I'm Trisha, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company, where we're all about you, your style, your budget, your dream engagement ring. Are you looking for a style that's classic, modern, vintage, or something in between? Not sure? At Shane Company, we're here to help. We have so much style under one roof because a friend knows you like options. Drop by or visit us at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
If you're thinking about selling your home this summer, now is the time. With the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can sell your home hassle-free and make the most money. Hi, this is Mark Spain. The guaranteed offer for Mark Spain Real Estate's the easiest way to sell your home. Skip the hassle of costly repairs and sell your home stress-free. There's no showings, no open houses, and no waiting or wondering when your home's going to sell. Our guaranteed offer keeps you in control. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
Moving is supposed to be exciting, but let's be honest, it usually turns into a juggling act. Sell one house, buy another, try not to lose your mind. That's where Orchard comes in. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler. Orchard flips the process. Instead of waiting for your current home to sell, Orchard gives you cash up front so you can buy your next place first, settle in, and breathe a little. While you're unpacking, Orchard is busy getting your old home ready, handling repairs, staging, even upgrades to help it sell for top dollar. And when it does, you get that extra cash too. So yeah, one payday when you buy, another when you sell. It's not magic, it's just smart real estate. No stress, no awkward timing, no crashing in your aunt's guest room for a month. Start with a free home valuation at Orchard.com. 2 paydays, 1 move, 0 chaos. That's Orchard.
What is All Care? All Care is expert urgent care and primary care under a single roof, offering convenience and continuity for your healthcare needs. All Care is a team of physicians and clinicians who know you and your medical history, so they can provide the personalized care you deserve. And with both family and immediate care services offered 7 days a week, All Care means seeing your doctor on your schedule. 15 convenient locations, same-day appointments, and walk-ins welcome. Remember, urgent care plus primary care equals All Care. Learn more at allcare-ga.com.
All right, I guess I should ask you, Jared Yamamoto, whether or not you would like to provide us with today's ish at all. Is there ish?
There's a lot of ish.
If there's news-ish?
But this makes me sad, though, this first Gallup poll that is ishy.
I don't mean to interrupt, but nobody's noticed this is AI.
Is this them?
This is it.
Hold on, let's listen to Velvet Underground, or no, Velvet Sundown. These are not real people, but this is some sort of Spotify hit. All AI.
It's convincing.
Not bad.
It sounds great.
A lot of generalities.
Little
raise your
Fogerty there.
hand. Yeah.
So you hear a little bit of that tinniness right there. Hear it?
Yeah, no, I can hear.
I mean, it's no Heat Dome.
No, that was a genuine artist, Tim Andrews.
Yes.
All right, I can.
Hey, dog.
I don't want to get. I don't want to get sued by Velvet Sundown.
AI lawyers on your ass.
So apparently it's called Perfect Fit something. This is what Spotify is doing now. And what they want is basically it started out with, curating those lists that are most identifiable to individuals so that you can have them on Spotify for a longer period of time. And now the Perfect Fit stuff is let's just create AI music, and we don't have to pay royalties to anybody.
Yeah, they got AI DJs on there too.
Yeah,
that queue up the different.
I have that turned off. I don't want that.
This is the future, by the way. Nobody gets paid. But there's plenty of entertainment. There's never been more entertainment available. But here's the one small thing. Nobody gets paid to do it.
Yeah, that is Spotify's dream, artists that don't demand
Yeah,
payment.
yeah. And I got my opinion of the audience these days is it's going to go by just fine. Nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to notice. And we're not far. We'll laugh about this Velvet Sundown thing as the beginning of something. There's a smash hit coming. I don't know when, but there's a smash hit. These algorithms are too good at predicting what it is you want to hear, what you want to see, what you want to buy, what you're going to say next. They're too good. So they keep doing this long enough. There is going to be a sort of Brat Summer or Old Town, what was that? The Old Town
Road.
There's going to be some kind of smash hit, and there's going to be no human being behind it. Although, who is the human being? Like, is there somebody? Is this actually Spotify putting? Because you gotta prompt these things.
Yeah, it's
got to
have some kind of
doing.
person.
What Spotify is doing is they are now inserting these AI artists into every playlist they can. I saw somebody go through this. Like, you'll get like a summertime playlist, and it'll start out like the first 15 songs will be, in the summertime. There'll be things that you recognize, and then like 16 through 25 will be the entire album from Velvet
Sundown.
Sundown. So they just keep pushing it and pushing it and pushing it into places so that they can not have to pay royalties. to real artists who, let's face it, real human artists are a big old pain in the behind.
They are.
So, to a certain degree, they brought it upon
Maybe
themselves.
maybe you could program the AI to be a real pain in the behind, so that way it goes back to humans. So that way it's realistic.
Well, I suppose, but who's going to do that? Spotify ain't going to do that. It's the future. It's a hall of mirrors. It's artificial. It's surface thin. It's actually quite sad. But hey, if the kids love it, the future belongs to the young. Let them have it. Alex Williams says it's a rough ride on I-20 in Lithonia.
All due to a left lane crash. They're working to clear I-20 westbound just past Panola Road exit 71. That's why you're all stacked up from Evans Mill. Some eastbound delays as well from Wesley Chapel Road out to the mall at Stonecrest. The West Freeway, 20 westbound on and off the brakes. Martin Luther King Jr. Drive in West Atlanta out to Fulton Industrial Boulevard. Eastbound still recovering, trying to get over to 285 due to earlier 285 southbound issues. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where AquaGuard comes in, a groundworks company. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation. Schedule your free inspection at aquaguard.net/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
What you walk on in your home should be wonderful.
Hi, I'm Michael, proud founder of Authentic Hardwood Flooring. Your summer vacation is going to be awesome, but coming home to those floors won't be. While you're gone, let our highly trained installers transform your space. Just imagine coming home to beautiful new floors. Our promise is to make your flooring process painless. Our focus is to make it perfect.
Authentic Hardwood Flooring offers high-quality craftsmanship with an exceptional customer experience. AuthenticHardwoodFlooring.com.
I love my home, and now I found a company that loves it as much as I do. TE Certified Electrical Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. It's Chris Chandler here. These folks have done work in my home. Boy, it didn't take long to realize I could trust their expertise, their attention to detail, and what I think you'll find, just as I did, an amazing level of service. TE Certified has more than 20,000 five-star reviews, and it's been serving Atlanta for decades.
TE Certified, we love your home.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code LIKE to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code LIKE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code LIKE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Ashley Frasca, host of Green and Growing for Atlanta's premium sod supplier, NG Turf. Get farm fresh, high quality sod, including Zeon, Zoysia, and Tiff Tough Bermuda, delivered direct from NG Turf, your premium sod provider. ngturf.com.
Summer is stacked with celebrations and the roads can get extra dangerous. Hey, it's Smiling Mark McKay. Been hit? Trust a strong arm. John Foy and Associates. With zero upfront costs, they'll protect you against big insurance companies that want to pay you as little as possible. JohnFoy.com.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 4:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by Hoffman Financial Group. Our top local story, the Barrow County School System gets money from the feds to help cover the cost of purchases made to support Appalachian High School following last year's shooting.
After the school shooting in September of last year, Barrow County schools had to bring in extra help like substitute teachers. There were also more costs associated with transportation, and temporary classrooms had to be brought in. The school system initially covered the $4 million cost of all of that. Now the system says they'll be getting $1 million from the U.S. Department of Education to help reimburse the district for some of those expenses. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
91 degrees in Atlanta. Scattered showers and storms tomorrow. Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. The FBI's Operation Gold Rush is the largest healthcare fraud takedown in history, and it involves Georgia.
324 defendants were charged criminally, including 96 licensed medical professionals.
Christopher Delgado of the FBI says over $14 billion in alleged fraud was billed to Medicare, Medicaid, and private insurance programs. One case involves a cardiology provider who's accused of providing services in person in Georgia and Nevada at the same time on the same day. It is the end of an era as demolition begins today at the old Atlanta Medical Center. Egbert Perry, chairman and CEO of the Integral Group, says the transformation of the 22-acre site will be known as Boulevard Next.
Boulevard Next will represent what's possible when we center people, history, and partnership in the work of building communities.
The development will feature mixed-income housing, green space, and even some health resources. The Senate is holding a so-called vote-a-rama today in an effort to pass President Trump's big, beautiful bill. CBS News congressional correspondent Caitlin Huey-Burns explains while the bill does include tax cuts, some industries are not happy about it.
The legislation adds an additional tax on some members of the industry if they use products from China or overseas.
Trump has a self-imposed deadline of July 4th to get the measure passed. Democrats are standing firm against the bill. Georgia Senator John Ossoff is blasting a Republican effort to block his amendment to prevent increases to Georgians' health insurance premiums.
Instead of adding trillions to the debt and tax cuts for the rich while destroying Medicaid and renewable energy, I propose we help our constituents afford health insurance.
He says the average Georgia family of 4 with 2 kids could see health premiums rise by over $2,000 a year without his amendment. Trouble with one of the jurors in the Sean Diddy Combs racketeering and sex trafficking trial. Reporter Aaron Katursky says about an hour into deliberations today, the jury foreperson sent a note to the judge indicating one juror was not able to follow the instructions.
The note did not elaborate, but asked the judge to speak to the juror or to interview the juror, and ultimately the judge decided to send a note back reminding all the jurors they must follow the judge's instructions and to continue deliberation.
A woman injured in the June 1st fire attack at a Colorado mall has died. Boulder County District Attorney Michael Doherty updates the charges against the suspect.
2 things that have been added. One is a count of murder in the first degree for a victim by the name of Karen Diamond, who died as a result of the severe injury she suffered in the attack. She was in her early 80s and beloved by her family and her friends.
Mohammed Solomon is accused of injuring more than a dozen people after throwing Molotov cocktails at a crowd marching in support of Israeli hostages being held by Hamas. Now, WSB Money Update. Stocks closed the month with new record highs. Both the S&P and NASDAQ add to the record set on Friday. The S&P up more than 30 points today. The NASDAQ gains 96. The Dow finishing the day up 275 points. Home Depot announces an agreement to acquire a specialty building products distributor. The Atlanta-based home improvement giant says one of its subsidiaries will buy GMS Inc., which is a leading distributor of everything from drywall to steel framing. It is a $4.3 billion deal. It is now 4:34, and it's time for live team coverage of traffic and weather in the 24-hour traffic center this afternoon. Alex Williams.
Yeah, some better news for those traveling through Lithonia on I-20 westbound heading to the east side perimeter. That crash that was in a left lane just past Panola Road, exit 71, has cleared, so everything back open there. Still slow, but hopefully that ride will improve. If you're traveling on Georgia 400 northbound through Buckhead, seeing a few brake lights before and after Lennox Road, trying to head up into Sandy Springs. 75 northbound between Marietta and Kennesaw. You're on and off the brake pedal from Delk Road as you head up toward Chastain Road. 575 northbound, a little sluggish between Woodstock and Holly Springs. With that earlier crash at Holly Springs Parkway, exit 14 is long gone. All lanes are open as you head up toward Canton. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Partly cloudy, warm and muggy this evening. Overnight lows in the low 70s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms, high 85. Drying out on Wednesday with partly cloudy skies, high 89.
Storm tracker radar pretty quiet around Metro Atlanta at this hour. It's 93 in Vinings, 91 in Stockbridge, and 91 in Roswell. More news at 5 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB. WSB.
Mom and Dad seem different after a European-style holiday on MSC Cruises.
Call us Cloud and Yvette.
The ship had restaurants, shops, and nightlife.
La Galleria.
And of course, American touches, like an aqua park and a sweets shop.
American je ne sais quoi.
Mom, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kevin. Book now and save up to 40% off, plus kids sail free. MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
At Butler Lexus of South Atlanta, you're their priority. From personalized service to luxury amenities, they make sure you feel valued every step of the way. Buying or servicing, your experience matters. Call 800-NEW-LEXUS. Butler Lexus South Atlanta, the standard of amazing.
What is All Care? All Care is expert urgent care and primary care under a single roof, offering convenience and continuity for your healthcare needs. All Care is a team of physicians and clinicians who know you and your medical history, so they can provide the personalized care you deserve. And with both family and immediate care services offered 7 days a week, All Care means seeing your doctor on your schedule. 15 convenient locations, same-day appointments, and walk-ins welcome. Remember, urgent care plus primary care equals All Care. Learn more at allcare-ga.com.
Summer is here, so if you're thinking about selling your home, now is the time. With Mark Spain Real Estate's guaranteed offer, you can sell your home quickly and for maximum value. Hi, it's Chris Chandler. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
It's kind of it's not like he said it today. Although it is funny whenever you see an article that says Trump wants to be on Mount Rushmore.
And the $100 bill, I guess. He wants to add himself to that.
Well, we need to get rid of, what's his name, Ben Franklin.
Ben
he wasn't
Franklin.
even a president.
Yeah, he wasn't.
What did he do?
That's right. He didn't do much, this Ben Franklin.
A lot of experiments in his basement, skulls and things.
Yeah, there were skulls and things.
Well,
he also,
pretty creepy.
He was able to, he was a natural scientist. He was able to harness electricity.
Well,
and
he invented it.
No, he didn't invent electricity.
The great Ben Franklin invented
he harnessed
all the electricity that we have today.
He harnessed electricity.
Well.
And also protected people's homes because he had that. Didn't he come up with the lightning rod?
I believe he did.
And the stove. He invented his stove. The potbelly stove.
Bifocals.
Yep.
So he did quite a bit, and he's not up there. I don't think that. I don't think Republicans getting up. I don't think anybody's getting up there because, as I read in that article, I read enough of the article. It's not an ongoing art piece. It's a finished art piece, and there's really no room. The way that it's
Aren't
worked
they
out.
doing Crazy Horse nearby that'll never get finished?
I think that's been in progress like forever.
Yeah.
I think it's just like it was abandoned or something. So you got half a Crazy Horse.
Better than no Crazy Horse.
Slightly sober horse. I don't know. And if Republicans, you gonna beat Reagan up there? I don't think so, as far as Republicans go. And what about Bill Clinton, for heaven's sake?
I'd love to be up there. You could just say, it'd be great. You just have my mouth open all night.
You were praising that new New York Democrat primary,
I don't know
Mamdani.
anything about him except for he's a Democrat and he's great. He's young and he's handsome and he's created by an NGO and funded by NGOs and he's going to be great for New York.
Oh, for heaven's sakes! What was he on the weekend doing everything he could to talk himself out of being mayor?
Yeah. Goodness gracious.
I mean, I don't know. Who knows? Where are the people? All I know is I'm a capitalist, and I think capitalism deserves this because this isn't real capitalism. There's a difference between crony capitalism, corporatism, and real capitalism. This isn't real capitalism. And this kind of thing that's going on only benefits you if you're already got something going on in the game as opposed to somebody young trying to buy a house, start a family, that kind of thing. So I can see why someone like this wins the nomination. And usually in the mayoral race in New York City, if you win the Democratic primary, you win the whole thing. And maybe this guy will, but so he I don't know where he stands on defunding the police. I guess he's pulled back on that a little bit and said, no, I want to send social workers out. Who are those social workers who want to go do that? Get in the middle of a gangbang situation.
Well,
I don't mean that. I mean gangbanging.
Yeah.
A lot of people want to go.
I didn't mean to say that out loud.
If it was gangbang, then maybe a lot of people would want to. I'm just a gangbanger.
I
Gang
would
banging.
love to join the police force.
But what was he asked about over the weekend? He was asked about
Couple things.
Oh, well, one is does he like billionaires?
Do you think that billionaires have a right to exist?
I don't think that we should have billionaires because, frankly, it is so much money in a moment of such inequality. And ultimately, what we need more of is equality across our city and across our state and across our country. And I look forward to work with everyone, including billionaires, to make a city that is fairer for all of them.
So here's the thing is, there's a lot there that people, oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, okay, now tell me how that's done. Because the reality is, all you're going to do is, if you were to take money from billionaires, first thing is they'd all leave New York City. So suddenly you don't have access to their money, and they probably took a lot of their business interests with them. So you end up now. Let's say the billionaires say, you know what, you've got a hell of an idea, young man. They say, we're going to start giving you our money. The money is just going to go into government, and it's just going to be wasted in government. So the answer is not outlawing billionaires in your state, because the next state over is suddenly going to have more billionaires than any other state.
New Jersey.
Exactly. That's all that's going to happen. This guy better talk to every mayor in every city because the billionaires are going to go somewhere else. That's the reality. Doesn't it feel good? Doesn't it feel cathartic to say these things? But the reality is you can't force billionaires not to move and give you their money. It's not going to happen. And even if they did, the money would just go into government coffers. And, they're always really good at efficiently doling out money. It doesn't just go to some sad sack bureaucrat's pension. No, it goes straight to the, So the only answer here is to get back to actual capitalism. Will we ever do that? No, I don't think so. But it feels good to say we're going to outlaw billionaires. Well, you can't do that unless the entire country and every city in the country does that, because billionaires ain't just going to, hey, honey, new law, and you know how much I love this state.
Yeah.
I'm a billionaire. I'm not used to traveling. So I you know me, the homebody billionaire. I guess we're just going to have to give up all of our money.
Well, that's why
it's not going to happen.
Everybody has to buy into the mindset. All the states have to have the same policies across the board. So that way, billionaires can't run it.
That'll happen.
Okay, well, I'm 61. I'm not going to see that if I live to be 125.
Is there any chance if this Mamdani guy does become mayor, he doesn't come out richer?
That's another thing. Well, that's another thing. Never wanted for a meal. It's the rich kids who are going to save the poor. That's always the irony involved. But he's got a head full of academic ideals. Doesn't mean there isn't a problem. There's a huge problem. But that can be done by, changing laws, fixing laws, breaking up these private equity groups, figuring out a way that, 7 entities don't own most of the things on the planet Earth. That's the way to go. What you want to do is you want to break back down into capitalism, and small c capitalism.
With competition.
That's what you want. Will that ever happen? I don't know, because these politicians are just bought and paid for by
Teddy Roosevelt did it.
Huge corporate. When did he do it? 1902.
I know it would take somebody with that ability again.
I just don't think it can be done.
Not me. I'm not doing that.
He was dealing with a few pockets, the Gilded Age. We're talking about the way the planet is run now. There is a group of elites that run the Western world, and more than that. And until you get these in line, you're not going to do anything. But just giving that money to the government as opposed to individual billionaires, it's just going to get wasted somewhere else. Has anybody ever asked this guy, can you tell me about a government program that runs efficiently and just sort of, and people are happy and they go, it's
He did give his thoughts on capitalism.
Yeah.
Do you like capitalism?
No, I have many critiques of capitalism. And I think ultimately the definition for me of why I call myself a democratic socialist is the words of Dr. King decades ago. He said, call it democracy or call it democratic socialism. There must be a better distribution of wealth for all of God's children in this country.
Well, Dr. King was a great man, but he wasn't an economist, that's for sure. But, it's on the other hand, I do have to say, this form of capitalism that we're in now, and we have been in for the last 20 some odd years, absolutely and totally deserves this. But if you're lining up like, we now have somebody new and he's talking this thing, and it's not going to help you. That money is just going to go to government. And once money goes to government, you do it. You go make an argument for me that it becomes more efficiently distributed once it goes to government. Even something great like the military, you're going to find things that are paid 10 times what they should be paid. It's just the way that it is. Everything's a racket. That's the thing. Everything's a racket and everybody's a huckster. So that's why the old-fashioned republicanism of small government doesn't mean we don't want to serve. I think that there should be a safety net, everything. The reason you want small government is less humans involved means less hucksters and less, gaming the system. That's it. That's all you can do. And then go back to a capitalism that is represented by creative destruction and lots of competition. But as long as you have BlackRock, Blackstone, State Street, Vanguard, a few others, as long as these companies exist as they exist, there will be no return to capitalism. Because don't fool yourself. BlackRock, Blackstone, and that ilk, I'm going to tell you something that you may not know. BlackRock, Blackstone, and all those others, they have nothing to do with capitalism. Nothing. Zero. They're not within 1,000 yards of actual capitalism. It's crony capitalism at best. And, just on a bad day, just pure evil. I don't know what to say. Capitalism, on any given time, you could be up or down in the elevator, but it shouldn't be working against you. If you're in the middle class, this type of capitalism we've got going right now wakes up every morning your enemy and trying to dispose of you, and they're winning that war.
Well, if you can't beat America, shouldn't we just create our own little private equity group, call it the Doctrine Equity Group?
I'd love to. Now all you got to do is find like $500 billion that we can play around with, and then we'll have some power.
Buy some companies.
Hey, if you got money, you got power. If you don't, you don't. That's really where we are. It's always been that way, but it's never been so concentrated and so extreme. And we never got to your first story, which we'll get to next, I think is the reason, is because people realize that the whole thing is rigged against them. Alex Williams says it's a slow ride through downtown.
Yeah, started early this afternoon, and we expect to see it throughout the week with all the holiday travel we'll have through the city. Eric, right now, watching the brake lights southbound that jam in just south of the I-85 400 merge. 75 south, the delays find you right around Howell Mill, Northside Drive, exit 252. Pretty bunched up getting down toward William Street, where an earlier stall cleared. Northbound, you're on the brakes from University Avenue up past Freedom Parkway. Got a sign of travel advisory up in Oakwood if you're traveling 985 northbound. Traffic troopers tell me a rollover crash. I see it on the jam cam. Highway 53. Exit 16, just a left lane open. At times, they're blocking the left lane southbound as well, so very slow in both directions there on 985. Use Highway 13. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
What would you do with $1,000 this summer?
Hotel, pool, week at the beach, cabin in the woods.
Whatever you want to do this summer,
WSB has $1,000 to make it happen.
$1,000 Thursdays gives you the chance to win $1,000 every hour between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m.
Listen for the keyword at 9, 10, and 11 a.m. and 12, 1, 2, and 3 p.m.
Enter the keyword at WSBradio.com or on the WSB app within that hour.
You could win $1,000. Get all the info at WSBradio.com.
$1,000 Thursdays this Thursday.
95.5 WSB, where Atlanta wins.
Only inches separate you from the heavy rain pounding on your roof. Dave Baker, host of the Home Fix It Show, here for Findlay Roofing, the roof guys. Water is your home's #1 enemy, and your roof is your front line of defense to stop it from getting inside. Has your old roof finally lost the battle against all this recent heavy rain? If water has made its way into your home, think of Findlay first. They've replaced over 65,000 roofs locally, all with high-quality work, upfront pricing, and exceptional service. You'll always win with Findlay. You'll never have to worry about them cutting corners. With over 30 years of experience, Findlay goes the distance. They're the extra effort experts, making sure you have a remarkable roof experience. Are you seeing water inside or just not sure how well your roof is holding up after all this recent rain? Schedule a free roof analysis. No obligation, no charge. FindlayRoofing.com.
This is Greg Trzynski of the Original Mattress Factory. People often ask me why our mattresses last so long. The answer is simple. We build them right. Not only are OMF mattresses durable, they give you peace of mind from day one. When you invest in a mattress from OMF, you're investing in better sleep tonight and smart savings for years to come. No more frequent replacements, no more wasted time shopping. To learn more about the true value of durability, visit originalmattress.com and read our latest blog on getting the most from your mattress investment.
Belinda Skelton here for Atlanta Vision Institute, and I have Stephanie with me. She's a patient of Dr. Ashraf, and Stephanie recently had the laser optics procedure. Stephanie, why did you have the laser optics procedure?
I wanted to be able to not ever use reading glasses again because I got tired of pulling my phone out of my purse when I forgot them to blow things up, and I just wanted to see.
And how was life after laser optics procedure at Atlanta Vision Institute?
Incredible. I could read the bottom of a nail polish bottle. I don't need my readers, never used them since I've had my laser optics procedure. It's been amazing.
What would you say to people who are on the fence about having the procedure?
Do you want to see?
That says it all, folks. Folks, if you want to see like Stephanie, go to 2020atlanta.com. That's 2020atlanta.com.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
A few years ago, my youngest son had something minor turned into something very major in a matter of hours.
It was Medi-Share that came through for us, and there was no hassles, there was no problem.
That's what's so wonderful about knowing that you're a part of such an incredible ministry.
Medi-Share is a biblical approach to healthcare where Christians share each other's medical expenses.
Medi-Share is a family, a group of people that stick with you through the hardest times of your life.
Medi-Share isn't insurance. It's a nonprofit ministry over 30 years old, and members have shared over $8 billion of each other's medical bills.
We don't have to spend so much on health insurance. You can focus that on supporting other people.
Medi-Share is affordable.
Medi-Share is biblical. Medi-Share is family.
Join thousands of Christians who can help you save on your health care and support your family when you need it. Call 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE.
Summer is peak hosting season, right? Don't let a grimy house keep you from having company over. It's Chris Chandler, and Wise Guys Pro Wash got my place clean and bright and guest ready in just one day. They handled everything, house and deck, driveway, even my dirty roof, and their soft wash kept everything safe. No paint peel, no damage, just clean. If you got people coming over this summer, be sure Wise Guys Pro Wash comes by first. Mention me, Chris Chandler, for $70 off at wiseguysprowash.com. Book now before they fill up.
So I teed you up before the break, so get to that first ish story from today's ish.
You got it. New Gallup poll finds that American pride has slipped to a new low.
Not in this house.
I'm proud of everything.
Yeah, damn I am.
Now, Republicans are far more likely to express extreme or very proud feelings than Democrats, but younger adults are really, really down right now.
Yeah, so it's getting to the point where even the MAGA people can't affect the curve. So it's still being dragged down the other way. And, I think a lot of it is what I just was talking about before the break. People have to believe that they can get somewhere in this system. Also, if you break it down to just Republicans and whatever, we've become this ridiculous country, and this is the way it's going to work. When Democrats are in power, more Democrats will be proud. When Republicans are in power, then Republicans will be proud because this is a country where the two sides just refuse to, get together, work on problems. Have you heard anybody talk about anything to do with this debt? No, of course you haven't. Of course you haven't.
It's too big to even conceive.
Two members of Congress, Thomas Massey and Ron Paul.
And Rand Paul. Yeah, the presidents saying, we got to get these guys out of here.
They're lunatics.
What were they thinking about the deficit or the debt all the time?
What would ever happen? Like, how would they ever?
Good question.
Never pay it.
No, you can never pay it, but you can grow
you go
your
to bankruptcy.
No,
you can go to war.
You can go to war. You can grow your way out of it.
We can just write a check. We'll just write a check and pay it off.
No, you can't.
Who's going to write it?
No, nobody's going to write
Trump?
it.
Big, beautiful pen.
Ain't nobody got $36 trillion laying around. No Elon Musk. No. If you had 36 Elon Musk, you wouldn't have that, and you took all their money, you wouldn't be able to do it.
Dang.
So you can grow your way out of it. The way that this was done, and I remember being in a statistics class in the 90s, and the math teacher talking about the fact that we were $7 trillion in debt at the time. And he looked at the class and he said, I don't even know how to put that into any sort of, I don't know how you pay that off or whatever. But then what happened was the internet came and it created so much growth that the actual growth of the country got bigger and swallowed up the $7 trillion. That seems quaint in hindsight. I don't know what is AI going to deliver something in the next decade that swallows, at that point, $40 trillion in debt?
I think we heard a little bit of it earlier. Velvet Sundown. That's
they're
going to be.
gonna do
That's
it.
going to be.
Oh,
That's
they get
gonna
a
be
few more of those bands. It's the AI bands that are going to help us with this new economy. But that's basically, you can go to war and get all the men out of the country for a while. A good long 4-year war, and then come back and rebuild all the stuff that you knocked down. That worked once.
Yeah.
Try it again. Alex Williams says there are brake lights on 285.
Yeah, and thanks to our traffic trooper, she tipped us off to a new stall in Sandy Springs, 285 westbound, the outer loop approaching Riverside Drive, exit 24. It is in the right lane, slow in the ride, back toward Ashford Dunwoody Road. Once you get past that, it's a pretty good ride over to I-75, but that's where you'll slow again, right next to Truist Park, staying on and off the brakes southbound through Smyrna Vinings, making your way down to I-20. And in Dorville, 285 eastbound, you jam up right around Buford Highway, exit 32, as you pass I-85 Spaghetti Junction, making the drive into Tucker. Brake lights continue 285 southbound, the inner loop down to East Ponce, exit number 40. Northbound, tapping the brakes, leaving flat shoals through the work zone up to Glenwood Road, exit 44. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
When it comes to your home, quality is crucial. Trust the Plus. Painting Plus. The Plus means siding, gutters, windows, decks, porches, roofing, and of course, painting.
Hi, I'm Charlie, owner of Painting Plus and the Plus family of businesses. Quality comes first. We have the most experienced exterior craftsmen in the industry.
If your home's exterior has it, the Plus can improve it. Painting Plus. Siding, gutters, windows, decks, porches, roofing, and more. Trust the Plus. PaintingPlus.com.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Summer is here, so if you're thinking about selling your home, now is the time. With Mark Spain Real Estate's guaranteed offer, you can sell your home quickly and for maximum value. Hi, it's Chris Chandler, and I'm here with my friend Mark of Mark Spain Real Estate. Mark, I'm always bragging about the guaranteed offer. Can you explain to our listeners why it's the easiest way to sell your home?
Our guaranteed offer is so unique because it allows sellers to receive a quick, all-cash, competitive offer without the hassles of putting their home on the market. There's no showings, no open houses, no stress. We literally focus on what's important to you. A quick sell and maximum profit. We've been in business for nearly 30 years, and we know what matters most at Mark Spain Real Estate. We provide you with the most competitive cash offer in the industry so you can maximize the value of your home. It's that simple.
Thanks, Mark. With over 13,000 five-star reviews, you can trust the top real estate team in the U.S. to sell your home stress-free and for the most money. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. There's no obligation. That's markspain.com and start packing.
This is Monica Pearson from My Plumber Superior Plumbing. The owner, Jay Cunningham, has been serving Atlanta for almost 40 years. They are Atlanta's plumber. Most other plumbing companies have been purchased by private equity conglomerates. Superior Plumbing is entrenched in the community, but the reason I chose Superior Plumbing is that they respect your time with on-time appointments and quality work done right the first time.
Superior, the honest one, call 770-422-PLUM.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Dorville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk. News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB. Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 5 o'clock, I'm Bill Kayachio with our top local story. A small business in Buckhead is ripped off by North Korean nationals. It is part of a cryptocurrency theft scheme.
These IT workers engage in a long con.
Atlanta U.S. Attorney Theodore Hertzberg says the North Korean regime deploys operatives around the world to land remote IT jobs. They work, earn their employer's trust, and strike when they get access to crucial financial or programming systems.
The defendants stole approximately $740,000 from an Atlanta-based blockchain startup.
The FBI says the salaries and stolen crypto fund North Korea's weapons program. The feds have raided 29 laptop farms in 16 states. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
90 degrees in Atlanta. Widespread showers and storms for tomorrow. When does it dry out? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. Developers are looking to the future of the Atlanta Medical Center site.
As demolition crews hack away at the concrete entrance to the old hospital, Egbert Perry, chairman and CEO of the Integral Group, says future plans will keep one thing in mind.
We want a city where everyone is included.
He says plans for the so-called Boulevard Next project include green space, some medical offices, and mixed-income housing.
We're creating a neighborhood that reflects the full breadth of Atlanta.
Perry says that community input on the stages of the project will be key in its success. In downtown Atlanta, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
Georgia is involved in what the feds are calling the largest healthcare fraud takedown in history.
The FBI's Operation Gold Rush uncovered over $14 billion in alleged fraud that was billed to Medicare, Medicaid, and private insurance programs. Dr. Mehmet Oz, administrator for the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, saying
there's a cardiology provider, and please help me understand this, who's providing cardiology services in person in Georgia and Nevada at the same time on the same day.
62-year-old Elizabeth Ivester from Warner Robins now facing criminal charges against 324 defendants in all, including 96 doctors, nurse practitioners, pharmacists, and other licensed medical professionals. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
A second person dies from a shooting over the weekend at Cone Park in southeast Atlanta. 33-year-old Anthony Pearson died when he was shot in the head in Saturday's shooting during his fraternity's community picnic. The shooter, identified by the medical examiner as 23-year-old Justin Minity, died from multiple gunshots. Witnesses say Minity opened fire after an argument. The lights go out at Hartsfield-Jackson Airport tonight. It is the first night of a 3-night power shutdown.
An overnight outage. These will go from 11:59 tonight and on Wednesday, July 2nd, and again on July 8th.
Hartsfield-Jackson's Tim Turner says the airport wants to make sure its emergency lighting works well. The power outage will take place between 11:59 and 2:30 a.m. on those 3 nights. The only problem may occur if a flight arrives late. A 10% increase in water and sewer rates in DeKalb County will not go into effect tomorrow as planned.
DeKalb County is delaying the start date of the increase as the county finalizes its contract and partnership with the Urban League and completes materials that should help the public understand more about the rate hikes to come. The increases will support repairs and improvements to DeKalb County's aging water and sewer infrastructure. About 180,000 DeKalb County residents will see an average monthly increase of about $7. The county says it will announce when the increase will go into effect online. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
A new warning from the Postal Service: if you get a package you don't order,
this is a gift you don't want.
WSB consumer expert Clark Howard says it's a scam known as brushing. Someone sends a gift and they just want a positive review. The Postal Service says if you get one of these packages, your personal information may have already been exposed. Do not scan any QR code, change your passwords, and do not interact with the sender. Costco is extending its hours. The retail warehouse will start opening an hour earlier at 9 a.m. for its upper-level members. Costco will also stay open an hour longer for Saturdays for all members, closing now at 7 p.m., and those new hours start this weekend. It is now 5:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather in the 24-hour traffic center. It's Alex Williams.
Travel advisory over on the West Freeway. New crash. Fire department just pulled up into it. It's in 2 left lanes, 20 eastbound past Riverside Parkway, exit 46. Adding to the brake lights back toward Lithonia, you can use Highway 78 as an alternate. If you're traveling I-20 eastbound into DeKalb County, just off and on that brake pedal through the work zone as you leave 285 for the ride out to Panola Road, exit 71. Westbound is cleaned up nicely through Lithonia, passing the mall at Stonecrest since that earlier crash. All I-20 westbound past Panola Road has cleared. On the south side, 75 southbound stacked in between Hateville and Forest Park from Central Avenue down to Forest Parkway. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official air conditioning of Atlanta. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Partly cloudy, warm and muggy this evening. Sunset around 9 o'clock. Temperatures in the upper 70s to low 80s at that time, and leveling off into the low 70s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, a cold front moves through, sparking up scattered rain showers and thunderstorms, high 85. Drying out on Wednesday, not much of a cool down though, high 89. Thursday and Friday, mostly sunny skies, morning lows in the low 70s, daytime highs in the low 90s.
Storm tracker radar staying mostly quiet around the metro area at this hour. It is 92 in Norcross, 85 in Mableton, 88 in Peachtree City. More news at 5:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 3 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. All right, Jared Yamamoto, I'm sure you have a bit more ish for us.
I had to bring this up because this happened over the weekend here. An Alabama sheriff down near Gulf Shores has issued a warning after 110 pounds of cocaine washed up on the beach over the weekend.
What's the warning? Be careful.
Where to find it? There's going to be
Yeah.
some very hyped up sharks around there.
Well, how much?
110 pounds.
Which is kind of washed up on the shore?
That's right.
And who are the lucky guys that got there first before they called 911?
Yeah, man, there's a whole bunch of cocaine on the beach.
Yeah, I don't know. You can get out there fast. I'm like, somebody else is going to get out.
I'll pay for a kid to find it.
Yeah, it looks like about 110. Well, maybe like
90,
107
maybe
pounds,
nine-
probably something like that.
Perhaps 90 pounds.
Yeah,
Something like-
yeah. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't have a scale or anything, but it looks really good. I mean, a lot.
I mean, like a lot.
Yeah, a good amount.
Great, as in a great amount of
yeah.
cocaine.
Great job, great bust, guys. Yeah.
All right, thanks. Gotta go. Bye.
Okay.
You guys got something to control.
Is cocaine still a big party drug? I'm an old man. I'm not.
It's
out
not
in the
on its
scene.
own. It's just to be like you're having fun and you want to keep partying,
Ah,
too drunk kind of stuff.
Keep it going. Say, hey, you know what? Then what? You know what would make this night a little bit nicer? If I was tasting, in the back of my throat, just like the drips. you
Oh,
know,
the
just
ether
like-
drip?
Yeah.
Mm.
That would.
How do you
Everything
know
seems
that?
so
What do you
nice.
mean?
Been
I'm
told.
61 years of age. I have been through life. Although, don't doubt it. In the 80s, when that kind of thing was roaring and going strong, Eric Von Hessler had no money. So he had to be.
Well, allow the
he
par-
had to be invited. Yeah, and that was like cocaine was always the lock up your kids' ears if you don't want to hear this conversation. But in the 80s, I always thought like cocaine was a drug that came into the party and divided people because there were haves and have-nots. There were like definitely those who were allowed to partake and they had like a secret code or whatever, and the rest of the party wasn't. Whereas little grass, that was very communist. It was very communal. It was
Hey,
very
man,
like,
here you go.
hey, everybody, hey. And,
Because most people can handle getting high with a little marijuana,
well,
but not everybody can handle getting.
Know your limits.
coked
if
out.
you've ever had a first date who got a little high and had a panic attack, you would know that not everybody, not everybody marijuana can handle marijuana.
Sometimes you walk into the back room and you're like, wow, they're doing lines off a person. What is going on here? That doesn't
Now,
happen with the.
I've never had that part of my life. I've never. No,
Like
I've
cutting
never.
it up on her belly.
I've seen that before.
Well, you got
Wait,
to
on
be
her-
careful because if you're cutting it up on her belly, you may cut her belly.
Yeah.
you got to be careful.
Her belly.
No, I never went through those wild party years where we were passing around the
You didn't have
cocaine
any-
whore.
You can do it off my stomach.
I thought just rock stars did that. Jared Yamamoto, what is the crazy college years?
I'm just.
What's
I've
going on
seen,
back here?
I've seen some of those
Do you
things.
have
before.
the Motley Crue carnival mirror to cut it up on, like every kid I knew did?
Just from the observations that I saw out there.
Yes, you
Yes,
saw.
I did see some of that.
He was the Diddy in these situations.
Sure,
He
you
was just
watched.
watching.
Yeah.
I'm like, guys,
Was not
here's some
participating.
baby oil for you.
Gosh, this seems too dangerous. I'm gonna get out of here.
Is cocaine cut with baby oil? strangest high I've ever had.
I knew it smelled funny.
All right, what else is going? What other ish?
Well, right
what
now,
do we want? We want more ish.
So right now, we're still kind of waiting on the big, beautiful bill, and Republicans are fighting about it right now. They're
Oh,
trying
Tom Tillis, because he's so it looks to me like he's just sort of this is his thing to let Republicans know that they are no longer Republicans. They are the party of Trump. They need to call. This is my guess. I'm just looking at him up there because once Trump threatened him, he said, "You know what? I'm not going to run again." So, and I don't even think he's. When is he up again, Tillis? I don't know that he's up in next year's stuff.
Yeah, they're going to primary him next year, so that's why.
Is he up? Is he up?
Yeah, if they're going to primary him.
Okay. I know they could primary him. I guess he is up. Somebody else that was threatened is not. Maybe it's Rand Paul who's not.
Tillis has announced that he will not run.
He's not going to run. Yeah, but it would have been next year.
Till 2026. Yes.
Okay. So basically, he's just decided I'm not going to put up with this. I'm not going to, I'm not going to have this Caroline Leavitt, get up there and go crazy about how I'm the worst person who's ever lived because I won't show up and give a shower to President Trump. I've had just about enough of this lady. I got to be honest with you. I mean, spokespeople, it's always their job to lie. That's their job. You can get mad at KJ. What was her name?
Karine Jean-Pierre.
Yeah, that's their job. It's to lie. But, man, she just comes out and yells at people every day.
Who, Caroline Leavitt?
Yeah, it's just like
she's like,
I'm
that's a dumb
sorry.
question.
Yeah. I'm sorry I don't love him as much as you do. That's why doesn't everybody love the president as much as I do? And if you don't love the president as much as I do, I suspect you. And I'm going to tell my 100-year-old husband all about it when I get home.
He's 61.
Yeah, she's 20, what, 9?
Yeah.
It's love.
What? I didn't know this.
Autumn, you didn't know.
I love this
Arranged
now.
marriage, probably.
Is it arranged?
I've heard that.
Arranged?
How about deranged?
Just like, I get it, but just stop yelling at people who don't love him as much as you do. It's absurd. It was like that Hegseth. He claimed that the Iran attack was the greatest, most important, and what's the word I'm looking for? The most difficult to get done, difficult military mission in the history of America. And immediately people are like, well, what about D-Day?
Yeah.
Didn't they have to keep that a secret for like 18 months amongst like 10 countries? With decoys and all. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Does Hegseth believe this stuff as he's saying it? I don't know.
It's again, you mentioned
it's just about the guy behind me, that president. He's hearing me saying this. You know what that means? My card's going to work when I walk into the White House the next time. That's what all of this is about. All of it is about. And can't you have a military campaign that's just successful? Does it have to be the greatest military? And also, if Pete Hegseth was here, it's like, who have you heard criticizing the pilots of that mission? Because I got to tell you something, Pete Hegseth. I haven't heard one person. But if you disagree with Trump or Hegseth, guess what you're saying, according to Hegseth? You're criticizing the pilots. Boy, well, you had to stretch logic about 1,000 yards to get there. So my question is, why should any human take you seriously? Nothing's ever just good. Yeah, it was a good, successful mission. You know what? They could have come out from day one and said, hey, we pushed back that Iranian nuclear program to some degree. We don't know exactly what. But if they start it back up again, there are going to be more bombs. But everything has to be, this is the greatest thing that has ever been done. This is the greatest non-ending of the Ukraine-Russian conflict ever.
Oh, it's not over?
Apparently it's not over. This president has not brought this war to a conclusion in such a way that other dead presidents would be jealous of. The way that he hasn't ended this war the way he said he would.
Yeah, now...
12 minutes, was he saying? Give me 12 minutes, I'll end that war.
That's all it takes.
Zelensky's asking for F-16s now.
Well, they have F-16s.
Yeah, one of their main pilots got shot down.
I know, because we don't know how they're using these F-16s. They
not
come
the
over
Ghost of
here.
Kiev,
no, not the Ghost of Kiev.
Okay.
He still doesn't exist.
All right.
They still don't exist. So, we don't, the F-16s, how are they using them? What do they do? Train on them for 6 months? And, we have no idea. It's all BS. Everything is BS. Everybody's lying to you. I don't care who they are. Mom Donnie isn't going to be able to give you free groceries. And if you wonder whether Iran's nuclear program has been obliterated or not, you're not saying that you're critical of the pilots. Just don't buy into this nonsense that's being sold. And none of you, no matter what you vote for or how you think, deserve to be yelled at by Caroline Leavitt on a daily basis.
She's just doing the same thing that Hegseth is doing. They're trying to.
It's all
about who's the most loyal.
In America, what we got to tell you people is just shut up and agree with the administration at all times. And then we won't go after you. So I give it to Tom Tillis. He's only like 64. But he's like, I'm not fighting this. Here's the thing you have to understand. Just because mob rule wins, it doesn't make the mob correct. It just means you have numbers and you can be idiots and win even though you're ignorant. That's all. So I salute Tom Tillis. So Tom Tillis is going to be gone. That's another Senate seat you got to worry about. President wants Rand Paul out, so that's a second Senate seat that he wants to get rid of with razor-thin margins. In the House, he's trying to get rid of the most drain-the-swamp politician in the history of the world, Thomas Massie. He's got razor-thin margins in the House. It all seems to me like, I'm going to go back to what Pete Hegseth said. This comes from a brilliant mind that we just don't understand. And if we don't quite know how to let the world know how brilliant we think Trump is, we'll always have Caroline Leavitt there to yell at us and tell us how I don't even know how she allows us to stay in the country, to be quite honest with you. She seems to know what's best. Alex Williams says 85 is slow between Doraville and Norcross.
Yeah, watching those brake lights. Luckily, no crashes in the way right now, Eric. Just the volume. 85 northbound actually now starting back around Shallowford Road, exit 93. The closer you get to I-285, Spaghetti Junction, the heavier that volume's going to get. It gets a little bit better once you get up to exit 99, Jimmy Carter Boulevard there in Norcross. Travel advisory continues up into Oakwood, 985 northbound, rollover crash. Highway 53, exit 16, only a left lane open. Use Highway 13 as an alternate. Brake lights on 400 northbound there in Sandy Springs from I-285, but improves before you get up to Northridge, exit 6. 75 northbound. We'll call it sluggish this afternoon between Marietta and the Kennesaw area. Traffic brought to you by Sam's Club. Ready for some locked-in summer value at Sam's Club until July 22nd. Prices are held on over 1,000 items, including summer must-haves like ice cream. Sign up for a membership and join at samsclub.com/join. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
When news breaks.
And thanks to this decision, we can now promptly file to proceed with numerous policies.
We've got it covered.
There are people elated all over the country.
Tune in often for the latest.
No longer will we have rogue judges striking down President Trump's policies.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's breaking news station.
Well, I bet it is safe to say you are sick and tired of home services companies that don't show up on time, don't get it right, ghost you then when you need them later. Hey, it's Chris Chandler. I don't have to worry about any of that because I only trust TE Certified Electrical Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. TE Certified is a well-oiled machine with the highest level of communication and follow-up. They're on time, friendly, and fully stocked.
TE Certified, we love your home.
Dad, one more horsey ride, please.
This living room rodeo moment made possible by Emory Orthopedics and Spine Center. When Dad needed back surgery, he came to Emory. The difference? Emory's among the highest in patient satisfaction and best surgical outcome rates in the nation. And Emory uses the most advanced research developed by our top surgeons to get Dad's back surgery done right the first time. Giddy up. EmoryHealthcare.org/orthodifference.
Moving is supposed to be exciting, but let's be honest, it usually turns into a juggling act. Sell one house, buy another, try not to lose your mind. That's where Orchard comes in. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler. Orchard flips the process. Instead of waiting for your current home to sell, Orchard gives you cash up front so you can buy your next place first, settle in, and breathe a little. While you're unpacking, Orchard is busy getting your old home ready, handling repairs, staging, even upgrades to help it sell for top dollar. And when it does, you get that extra cash too. So yeah, one payday when you buy, another when you sell. It's not magic, it's just smart real estate. No stress, No awkward timing, no crashing in your aunt's guest room for a month. Start with a free home valuation at Orchard.com. 2 paydays, 1 move, 0 chaos. That's Orchard.
At the Original Mattress Factory, we make mattress shopping easy. We offer our lowest and best price to everyone, every day, so you can shop when you're ready. We show you exactly what's inside of our mattresses so you can see and feel the quality for yourself to ensure you're getting the best value. And we offer a no-pressure shopping experience. Our team is here to help you find the best mattress for you. It's that easy. Visit an OMF location today to see the Original Mattress Factory difference for yourself.
Men, are you having problems performing in the bedroom? Do pills like Viagra and Cialis leave you feeling frustrated? Well, now, there's new hope for men who suffer from PE and ED problems. Meet Dr. Katz, a specialist in men's health.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Katz with Choice Men's Health. Regardless of your age or medical condition, Choice Men's Health can safely restore your sexual potency. Our customized solutions can eliminate your problem in just 1 visit. There's no pain, no surgery, and it's affordable.
Guys, don't let the anxiety over your performance get you down. We can get you back in the game. Call Choice Men's Health today to find out how you can eliminate ED on the very first visit. Call 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
Whether you're driving your European car for sport or luxury, you need to get to know Wolf Pen Auto Repair in Roswell. This is Scott Slade. Even if your Porsche, BMW, Audi, Mercedes-Benz just needs an oil change, you'll get factory-trained, certified technicians who love European cars as much as you love yours without sky-high dealer pricing. Wolf Pen customers constantly come away saying, "This is how it should be." To get to know you better, for a limited time, mention you heard about Wolf Pen on the radio and get a free second opinion on repairs. Just search Wolf Pen to get started.
George Clark, what is it that we want more of?
More ish.
More ish. We want more ish.
You guys sure you want more ish?
George, are you sure?
Ish, yeah.
Ish, yeah.
Well, bear attacks.
Wait, how about Autumn? I don't want to be mean. She's a woman. Would you like more ish? See.
She's hemming and hawing like
That's
a woman
like
does.
a lady would.
I guess.
What do you want?
I don't know. Yeah. What do you think? You want to do it?
Okay. By the way, I love
everyone.
Females, males, and all the rest.
Female to males.
Male to female, business to business, B2B.
B2B.
That's bitch to bitch.
What about A to A?
Androgyny to androgyny?
Something like that.
Yeah. It was just kind of funny that Autumn was sort of hemming and hawing like you have a stereotype of a woman, but, you know. I know. I'm trying to explain to people who are, like, tuning in.
Oh, okay, because I didn't know.
They'll think I'm a misogynist, and they don't realize I'm just a
But
a
aren't
guy.
you a misogynist a little bit?
Oh, yeah, but that doesn't have anything to do with this.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a performing misogynist.
yeah,
Oh,
so-
great. You want to do it?
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know, though. Maybe not.
I think the lady says go.
Well, there have been.
That's why the lady is a tramp.
Hurry up and change before she changes her mind.
I know that's true. I need to get going here. There is.
She's like the weather around here, huh?
Hey, hot enough for you.
Hot and steamy?
Changeable.
Flooding everywhere.
By the way, I found out over the weekend that I am going to love this hot tub. This is not the time of year that was
You
the
got a
best
hot
time.
tub?
I did.
Fun.
Yeah, one of the Costco blow up ones.
Okay. If you want to believe that, go ahead. And enjoy that particular fantasy. But
Timo.
So
it's really hot.
Timo one, yes.
It's between it being 100 degrees, the vodka tonic, the gummy, and the chlorine. I got a little lightheaded.
Yeah.
I had to jump back into the pool but I think, November, it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
Ooh, wintertime in a hot tub
It's
is
good for the back,
coolest.
though. I've been having some back trouble ever since that flight from Rochester, and it really helped a lot.
You think it's relatable to say that your hot tub's too hot?
No, it's not too hot. It's that the weather is too hot for the tub. The tub itself is. Do we know where a hot tub should be? I do. I don't need you to look this up, George Clark. I'm a new hot tub owner. 104 degrees.
Nice.
But my wife last night, she thought that she thought, well, we're done with the hot tub, but I was waiting for it to get later so it wouldn't be so hot. And then I got in it, and she goes, "Oh, I threw the chlorine in because at the end, you're supposed to, when you think you're done for the night, you're supposed to
you
toss."
put like a little tablet. Or
yeah,
something
just not even, just maybe even like a tablespoon, teaspoon, just a little bit.
Okay.
Just it's not a huge hot tub; it's small. But so then I got in right after that, and I think that didn't help. I was like,
Did you shower before you went to bed?
Huh?
Did you shower it off before you went to bed, or just chlorine right in the bed?
I just Well, I jumped in the pool. The pool's not chlorine.
Oh, salt, right?
Yeah.
Fancy.
So I went to
So
bed
fancy.
kind of salty.
Why wouldn't you get a salt?
Hey, I was born into nothing in this world. The lower, not quite impoverished line.
Aren't you worried about cross-contamination there between the saltwater pool and then the chlorinated hot tub?
Let the frogs deal with it. I don't care. Alex Williams says there's a crash on I-20 near Six Flags.
That is correct, Eric. We're watching on the Jam Cam. Fire department just pulled out of the right lane, but Hero's still in it. Hopefully they'll have it off to the right here momentarily. 20 eastbound past Riverside Parkway, exit 46. That's why you're slow from Thornton Road out of Lithia Springs. Westbound, you're seeing some brake lights as well on and off. 20 westbound, Martin Luther King Jr. Drive out into Lithia Springs. Into Cobb County, some new trouble just cleared, it looks like. I-20 westbound before Wesley Chapel Road, exit 71. You're slow from Panola Road. Eastbound on and off the brakes from that east side perimeter, trying to get out to the mall at Stonecrest there in Lithonia. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
The integrity this company has is amazing. They are just unbelievable, start to finish.
Meteorologist Glenn Burns loves his Infinity from Marvin fiberglass windows from North Georgia Replacement Windows.
They made everything so easy. The planning, the installation was flawless. Just a perfect job, and now it just made such a difference in the house.
Infinity from Marvin, replacement windows, yeah!
What is All Care? All Care is expert urgent care and primary care under a single roof, offering convenience and continuity for your healthcare needs. All Care is a team of physicians and clinicians who know you and your medical history, so they can provide the personalized care you deserve. And with both family and immediate care services offered 7 days a week, All Care means seeing your doctor on your schedule. 15 convenient locations, same-day appointments, and walk-ins welcome. Remember, urgent care plus primary care equals All Care. Learn more at allcare-ga.com.
Buying a car shouldn't be a mystery. Hi, I'm Stacey Ellis, Vice President of the Jim Ellis Automotive Group. At Jim Ellis, we believe in complete transparency because you deserve to know exactly what you're getting. That's why we show you all the numbers, no hidden fees, no surprises. We explain every option clearly so you can make the right decision with confidence. And if you ever have questions, we have answers. Our team is here to guide you, making sure you're informed and in control every step of the way. At Jim Ellis Automotive, we don't want to sell you just any car. We want to help you buy the right car, because doing the right thing for you is what matters most to us. Experience car buying the way it should be. Honest, straightforward, and built around you. And don't forget, Jim Ellis buys cars too. It's the safe and easy way to get maximum value for your car. To get started, visit one of our 21 convenient locations across Metro Atlanta or shop online at jimellis.com. The quick, easy, and convenient way to search and compare more than 5,500 cars, trucks, and SUVs. Jim Ellis Automotive, where you can always expect the best.
You know, I've had listeners, coworkers, friends come up and ask me, hey, Aram, what makes Advanced Hair Restoration different? Well, allow me to share, along with some details on, get this, their once-a-year summer savings event. First off, Advanced Hair stands by the results, and their before and afters are second to none. With Advanced Hair, your own natural hair guaranteed to grow. Secondly, Advanced Hair combines top-rated physicians with modern technology, creating a concierge-quality experience that's hard to find elsewhere. Finally, Advanced Hair's Advanced FUE begins regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. Quick, simple, and easy. Now, if you have a flexible schedule this summer and you've been waiting for the savings special opportunity, it's here, friends. Advanced Hair Summer Savings Event will get you the most hair for your dollar. It's their best offer ever. For details and to schedule your free consultation, call 770-660-HAIR. One-day treatment, life-changing results. Your new hair guaranteed to grow. 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
You can save big on 12 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or Canada Dry. Select varieties or buy 2, get 2 free with your card. Limit 8. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 5:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by QC Kinetics. Our top local story: an Atlanta small business is one of 2 targeted by North Korean nationals who allegedly stole nearly $1 million in cryptocurrency.
These IT workers engage in a long con.
They've been indicted by the FBI on wire fraud conspiracy, wire fraud, and money laundering conspiracy charges.
We are announcing these charges today to help the public understand the risks that are presented by state-sponsored cyber criminals.
U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Georgia, Theodore Hertzberg, says the men used fake and stolen IDs to infiltrate American businesses as remote IT workers. He says they believe these men were working on behalf of the North Korean regime. It is 91 degrees in Atlanta. Widespread scattered showers tomorrow, while a cold front won't really cool us off. Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. A new program in Cobb County helps address trauma from crime victims and members of the DA's own staff.
More than 24 faith leaders in Cobb have signed up to be a part of the chaplain program. Cobb County DA Sonia Allen says the goal is to bridge the gap between justice and grace.
Victims of crime, our own staff, and other witnesses to crime, they see terrible things. Our ADAs see terrible things. Our investigators see terrible things. I just feel it's good to have a partnership with members of the faith community.
The program is voluntary. Allen says they are still accepting applications for faith leaders interested in taking part. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
Barrow County schools will get some money from the feds to help cover the cost to support Appalachia High School after the shooting there last September.
Following the school shooting on September 4th of last year, Barrow County schools covered the cost of things like temporary classrooms, substitute teachers, transportation, and other costs. It totaled about $4 million. This $1 million federal grant from the U.S. Department of Education can only be used to reimburse expenses related to continuing instruction for the remainder of the 2024-25 school year.
WSB's Sabrina Cupid says the money will be used to reimburse expenses for things like temporary classroom pods. The Justice Department announces what it is calling the largest healthcare fraud takedown in history, and it involves Georgia.
There's a cardiology provider, and please help me understand this, who's providing cardiology services in person in Georgia and Nevada at the same time on the same day.
Dr. Mehmet Oz, administrator of the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, talking about Operation Gold Rush. Over $14 billion in alleged fraud was billed to Medicare, Medicaid, and private insurance programs. It is the end of an era as the demolition of the old Atlanta Medical Center begins today. Egbert Perry, chairman and CEO of the Integral Group, says the transformation of the 22-acre site will be known as Boulevard Next. He says they have a goal.
We are committed to revitalizing the community with empathy and foresight.
The development will feature mixed-income housing, green space, and even some health resources. Republicans blocked Senator John Ossoff's amendment to prevent increases to Georgians' health insurance premiums.
More than 1 million Georgians will pay more for health insurance next year. A family of 4 in Clayton County making $65,000 a year. That's a $2,600 increase.
Ossoff on the Senate floor says, according to Georgians for a Healthy Future, if the ACA tax credits expire, as they would in the GOP's bill, over 1 million Georgians could see their premiums increase next year. Now, WSB Money Update, and a lot of us are planning to spend big to celebrate Independence Day.
No matter how you plan to celebrate this July 4th, the new Wallet Hub survey finds even though just about everything costs more this year, we still plan to celebrate in a pretty big way. Americans will spend about $9 billion on food. That includes 150 billion hot dogs, 750 million pounds of chicken. We'll spend another $4 billion on beer and other alcoholic drinks, and $2.8 billion just on fireworks. I'm Bloomberg's Tom Busby for 95.5 WSB.
It's now 5:34 and time for live team coverage of traffic and weather in the 24-hour traffic center. It's Alex Williams.
Better news over on the West Freeway inbound. That crash on I-20 eastbound past Riverside Parkway, exit 46. It's now off to the right, so that should help out the delays coming out of Lithia Springs as you head over to the west side perimeter. Elsewhere, if you're traveling on the south side, 75 southbound, still seeing some brake lights between Hateville and Forest Park from Central Avenue, making your way down past Forest Parkway, then tapping the brakes in Stockbridge on 75 south before and after Hudson Bridge Road. Northbound, just a few delays, 75 northbound out of McDonough from Highway 2081, but everything breaks free once you get up to Jodico Road, exit number 222. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Partly cloudy, warm and muggy this evening. Sunset around 9 o'clock. Temperatures in the upper 70s to low 80s at that time and leveling off into the low 70s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, a cold front moves through, sparking up scattered rain showers and thunderstorms, high 85. Drying out on Wednesday, not much of a cool down though, high 89. Thursday and Friday, mostly sunny skies, morning lows in the low 70s, daytime highs in the low 90s.
As we check Storm Tracker radar, there are a few showers now developing in Carroll County. It is 90 in Loganville, 89 in Smyrna, and 85 in Fayetteville. More news at 6 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Summer is here, so if you're thinking about selling your home, now is the time. With Mark Spain Real Estate's guaranteed offer, you can sell your home quickly and for maximum value. Hi, it's Chris Chandler. You can skip all the hassles of a traditional home sale and sell your home quickly without the stress of showings, open houses, or costly repairs. Mark Spain Real Estate's guaranteed all-cash offer allows you to sell your home in as little as 21 days and move when you're ready. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
What we love about our ability to help patients at QC Kinetics is seeing their pure delight at finally being able to do the things they enjoy without pain.
I had a patient start treatment with me. He wanted to be able to be active again and do some of his sports that he really enjoyed.
Dr. Ashley Caravelli, a medical director for QC Kinetics, treats patients with chronic joint pain using their body's own biologics. The goal? Get them back to living their best lives without surgery or harmful drugs.
He came back and he goes, what I wasn't expecting was the ability to play on the floor with my grandchildren. Even just saying it now, I have goosebumps because it's changing those small moments that you take for granted.
Don't let joint pain rob you of those moments. See if you're a candidate for QC Kinetics regenerative treatments.
It just warms my heart to be able to help people live the life they want to live and get those small moments back.
Call QC Kinetics, 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026. 770-285-8026.
Yeah, I'm reading. Did this just come out today, or this New York Times interview with
today or yesterday?
Peter Thiel. It's in the part that I've read so far, which I don't know how much of it is. Maybe not even halfway through. Is he's lamenting the loss of the middle class in America? It's like, well, you're part of it. You what? Your vision for the future and a middle class don't go together. You understand this, don't you? But there's one part you got some audio from, because I'm reading a transcript. And what he was asked if he thinks human beings should stick around.
Yes.
We have it over here. Let's see what Peter Thiel, by the way, co-founder of Palantir.
You would prefer the human race to endure, right? You're hesitating.
Yeah, well,
yes?
I don't know. I would.
Huh?
I would.
This is a long hesitation. This is a long hesitation.
There's so many questions implicit
in this.
Should
the human race survive?
Yes.
Okay.
But I also would. I also would like us to radically solve these problems.
Right.
And so, it's always, I don't know, transhumanism.
Yeah. This is the guy training the AI.
We're going to be fine, guys.
Yeah.
It'll be great.
What
did
he say?
I don't understand what he's saying.
Let me tell you what. He didn't say anything because he started to say what he really thought, and he recognized, I just saw Elon lose half his business.
Can't say that.
I'm not going to. Yeah, that's what happened there.
He goes on to say he wants to be able to transfer into a new body and upgrade our
Yeah,
bodies.
okay. Well, life isn't science fiction.
Right.
You know, it'd be nice just to be able to have one job and afford a vacation once a year. Can we start there before we get to living on Mars? Before we, switch out our bodies at the end? These ridiculous techno people have no idea. Have they ever once in their lives wondered how they're going to pay their phone bill? Because if you haven't, there's no way that you can plan the future. It's not possible.
Well, let me ask you.
You got to take care of the little things like surviving on a daily basis before you settle Mars. What?
Do you think the human race should endure?
It would be yes. Why? I mean, that's where I'm assuming my children and grandchildren are going to outlive me. Yeah, I would hope for them. I mean, once I'm gone, I don't care. But while I'm here,
so no hesitation.
No hesitation. Well, what are my choices?
Can I live and everybody else die?
Yes. These techno weirdos, man. Way too much power, but they've got the money. You got the money, you got the power, you get this Peter Thiel. Wasn't he co-founder with Alex Karp of Palantir?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And now Spotify is pissing off some musicians and customers because they've made a huge investment in basically a competing company to Palantir, figuring, well, they can't get every government contract based on data sets. Maybe we can do it too.
Spotify invested into it, or the other company bought them?
Spotify, the head guy is the head guy of this, and they put the most money in.
Okay.
And this is it's called Helsing.
Von Helsing?
Just
Van
Helsing.
Helsing.
Just No, but I think it's the same thing because, these tech weirdos like Palantir, their job is to make your military kill efficiently better. To efficiently kill. And they're named after something out of Lord of the Rings, Palantir. I don't know what.
Oh, that's right.
And
It's the crystal ball.
Yeah, and then the Helsing. This is the guy who comes back and kills the vampires and the monsters. These are. Remember when you were laughing at the kids who were playing Dungeons and Dragons? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, now they own you. All right. So who got the last laugh?
Take that, suckers.
What?
Yeah.
So we have to stop supporting them.
How am I going to stop? So I don't support Palantir. How am I going to support Palantir?
I don't know.
I don't buy their data sets so I can kill more efficiently.
Their customer is the government.
Yeah.
But you go to Helsing's website, the first thing is artificial intelligence to protect our democracy.
Yes, exactly.
You click in the link, and it's a big bunch of drones in the sky. It's
Absolutely.
like their
They'll
splash
never
page.
be turned against you. Don't worry about it. It'll never happen. They're just with the good guys. They're only going to help the good guys. It's all right. Don't worry. But I'll tell you this, when the musicians are now getting all upset about it, you people jumped on the Ukraine war like it was a 1974 groupie. All right? So I don't want to hear about it. How many rock acts were displaying the flag and all of that. So if you're going to be that easily duped into, we're doing it to save democracy. Never mind that our other good friend, Saudi Arabia, never mind. Who has better human rights record, Russia or Saudi Arabia? Hey, don't break your brain. We're in Ukraine because we care about democracy. So for these musicians who all fell for that, you're already in. It goes back to Live Aid. That's where all the crap started. Now CNN's about to do this. I'll tell you what it is. It's a boomer Gen X nostalgic lies. It was a big day. Everybody remembers where they were on that day. I remember all of that day. It was a big day, but I'm older now, and I can look back at it as a real thing, and it accomplished nothing except probably the end of rock and roll as we knew it, because that's when they all got involved with, Peter Gabriel and Bono, and they were getting involved with the United Nations, and Hey, Sting, did you save the rainforest? If you did, congratulations. I doubt you did.
At least this year you'll have a choice, though. On that day when it comes out, I believe the first episode's July 12th. The MLB All-Star Game, which is in Atlanta, is that same day. So you can tune over to that.
What are you talking about?
So instead of watching the Live Aid, the Live Aid first episode when it comes out on July 12th.
Oh, this is a series?
Yeah, it's a series. So the first episode, I think, starts on Sunday, July 12th.
I want to live through it again.
Who wants to listen to Bono talking about how great
Navalny.
Bono is? Navalny!
Say his name.
Navalny!
It's interesting.
Navalny.
Phil Collins played in both countries, so I'd be interested in knowing that story, but I can get that anywhere.
Yeah, but I didn't even know until years later that Jimmy Page hates Phil Collins because he feels like he ruined their set that night as drumming for Led Zeppelin. I'll have to go back and listen to it. But apparently the drumming was terrible.
What if that's all?
According to Jimmy Page.
Maybe that'll be episode 2. It'll be all about that.
Yeah.
I was just into seeing Zeppelin perform because I never had before.
Yeah, I thought it was awesome. What did I know? I remember the thing I remember about the Live Aid Day is we started watching it in Rochester, a bunch of friends, and then we listened to it on the radio on the New York State Thruway until we got to Buffalo, and then we ended up watching the whole thing in Buffalo. And one of my best friends was so high on whippets that as he was walking across the living room, he actually just collapsed.
Oh, that happened to me.
He fell right down on his face.
Not then, but it happened.
That's what I remember about Live Aid.
Whippets.
Hey, don't knock them.
I wasn't doing it. That one I can assure you. I was not. I was like, well,
You didn't have a friend who was a dentist? I had a friend whose dad was a dentist. We had parties with
No.
tanks.
I know. Obviously, my friend was. It was one of those college party things. Everything was going on. But yeah, no. I remember once because I worked in restaurants a lot when I was growing up. Opened the walk-in
whipped cream.
Opened the walk-in fridge, and one of my coworkers was just passed out on his back.
Just like, no questions here. Close the door.
That one just never seemed fun to me.
No.
My whole thing about
You don't enjoy the sound of.
Well, if it, and also these, it gets you high as hell for 10 seconds. Then you got to do it again. I don't know. Is it like that? It's like 10 seconds?
Not even 25? That long.
Man, that was the best 4.5 second high. I mean, I've been vomiting all night, but I'll tell you, it was worth it. It's like that's never been my thing. I like
Eventually, you get to a
I
threshold.
like my feet to get just a little bit off about an inch off the ground.
Your lips turn blue if you do it all right.
Yeah, eventually, if you get to a threshold, and you're like, oh,
you know what? Basically, if your lips are turning blue, I would say that's not fun. Is that a fun thing? These things belong in the area of recreation, and there's the thing about recreation: if it's not fun, don't do it again. Oh, Jim has fun, but you tried it, and you're not Jim. In your recreation, you should just have things that you find to be fun. How many people look back on the day their lips turned blue as one of the funnest days of my life?
Changed their life forever.
Wow. Yeah, by ending it. Alex Williams is checking the ride around 285.
Better news in Sandy Springs. That earlier right lane stall cleared. 285 westbound, the outer loop before Riverside Drive, exit 24. The worst part of 285 westbound before that is from Ashford Dunwoody Road, trying to get over to Roswell Road. Then once you get past I-75 in the Truist Park region there in Smyrna, it's going to be a little sluggish. 285 southbound on the outer loop from South Atlanta Road down to I-20. On the inner loop into DeKalb County, 285 eastbound, you slow right at Chamblee Dunwoody Road, exit 30, and it's just all volume trying to get through the I-85 interchange in Dorville, with those delays continuing southbound to the Stone Mountain Freeway. That's Highway 78 in Clarkston, and still seeing some brake lights. It's just through that work zone, though. No crashes in the way. 285 east and northbound, the outer loop from Flat Shoals up to Glenwood Road, exit number 44. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
You're by the pool.
You're relaxing.
You're sipping a drink.
Someone brings you a towel.
Adjust the umbrella.
Sound like a fantasy?
It's not if you win $1,000 from WSB.
It's WSB's $1,000 Thursdays this Thursday.
Listen for the keyword at 9, 10, and 11 a.m. and 12, 1, 2, and 3 p.m.
Enter the keyword at WSBRadio.com or the WSB app within that hour, and you could win $1,000. Get all the info at WSBRadio.com.
$1,000 Thursdays
from 95.5 WSB,
where Atlanta wins.
Summer's a time to feel and look your best, but I'm not talking about your abs or your tan. Hey guys, it's Mark Arum here. I'm talking about your hair. Restore that bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning during Advanced Hair's once yearly summer savings event. Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day, and they guarantee your new hair will grow. There's absolutely no one in hair restoration I trust more than Advanced Hair. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar. Advanced Hair summer sales event on for a limited time, so get the details and schedule your free consultation today. 470-660-HAIR. One-day treatment, life-changing results. With Advanced Hair, your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Check out the incredible before and afters and take advantage of their best offer ever. That's 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com. 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Mom and Dad seem different after a European-style holiday on MSC Cruises.
Carlos,
Claude and Yvette.
The ship had restaurants, shops, and nightlife.
La Galleria.
And of course, American touches, like an aqua park and a sweets shop.
American je ne sais quoi.
Mom, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kevin.
Book now and save up to 40% off, plus kids sail free. MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
Trust is not just a word, it's an experience. When your home needs service, you can trust TE certified electrical, plumbing, heating, and cooling. Hey, it's Chris Chandler. TE is the company I trust to fix any problem once and for all. Their 5-star customer experience means easy online scheduling, friendly technicians, and a lifetime workmanship warranty, so I can just sit back and relax.
TE certified. We love your home.
What is All Care? All Care is expert urgent care and primary care under a single roof, offering convenience and continuity for your healthcare needs. All Care is a team of physicians and clinicians who know you and your medical history, so they can provide the personalized care you deserve. And with both family and immediate care services offered 7 days a week, All Care means seeing your doctor on your schedule. 15 convenient locations, same-day appointments, and walk-ins welcome. Remember, urgent care plus primary care equals All Care. Learn more at allcare-ga.com.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
A few years ago, my youngest son had something minor turned into something very major in a matter of hours.
It was Medi-Share that came through for us, and there was no hassles, there was no problem.
That's what's so wonderful about knowing that you're a part of such an incredible ministry.
Medi-Share is a biblical approach to healthcare where Christians share each other's medical expenses.
Medi-Share is a family, a group of people that stick with you through the hardest times of your life.
Medi-Share isn't insurance. It's a nonprofit ministry over 30 years old, and members have shared over $8 billion of each other's medical bills.
We don't have to spend so much on health insurance. You can focus on supporting other people.
Medi-Share is affordable.
Medi-Share is biblical.
Medi-Share is family. Join thousands of Christians who can help you save on your health care and support your family when you need it. Call 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE.
This is Monica Pearson for Superior Plumbing. In a perfect world, when you have a plumbing issue, you want a plumber that answers the phone when you call, shows up on time, respects your home, and tells you exactly what needs to be done, quotes you a price, and does the job right the first time. They appreciate your business, and Superior Plumbing becomes your plumber for life. Call Superior Plumbing to come fix your plumbing issues.
Superior, the honest one. Call 770-422-PLUM.
A lot of these billionaires like Peter Thiel, what they don't understand is if you know you're going to live forever, well, that's the absolute end of humility. Actually accepting that life is rather short, you only have a certain amount of time to do the things. Steve Jobs gave a commencement speech about this when he was in remission. There was a period where he'd gone through it, but he was healthier, and then before he got sick and died again. And he mentioned, it's a great speech about, why it's important that people die and because then, if people live to be 700 years old, then it would still be like the families from the Gilded Age that ran everything. It would still be the Rockefellers, and you need a turnover. And if everybody lives to be 700 years old, then after the first batch, not many people in their 30s or 40s are getting anything done. I mean, we see how the world is now with the stranglehold that corporations can get. So that's one way. That's one side of it, and also to more evidence where I started. It's like, well, then humility goes out the window. It's knowing that you are limited in time, in abilities, all of this. It's this knowledge that keeps your feet on the ground, keeps you somewhat humble, at least once you get to like 35 or 36. It's hard to be humble when you're 24 just because you're just full of yourself. But that's the way it's supposed to be. So when you hear about these tech guys and they want to live forever, and that's why he was saying, hit Peter Thiel again. That's why it was so hard to answer this question, because what he's not getting to is when he says fix these problems, he's talking about like things like illness or pain or things like that, which
the
are
limitations of the mind.
The limitations of the mind, the limitations of life.
You would prefer the human race to endure, right? You're hesitating.
Yeah, well,
Yes?
I don't know. I would...
Not like this.
I would...
These aches and
This is a long hesitation. This is a long hesitation.
There's so many questions implicit
Should
in this.
the human race survive?
Yes.
Okay.
But I also would I also would like us to radically solve these problems.
Right.
And so
Radically
it's
solve what
always
problems?
I don't know. Transhumanism.
Yeah, because so I can get rid of all the downsides of being human. And then I can become what? A god. A demigod, right? That's what these people are insane. This guy, Peter Thiel, if you're going to let people like this, it's like Elon Musk talking about us settling Mars. We're not going to settle Mars. It's an absurd idea. I mean, it's wonderful for science fiction, and maybe it will happen over the next 1,000 years or something, but we're not settling Mars. We might put one person up there and bring them back, maybe in any of our lifetime, but, it's an absurdity. What you would have to do to settle Mars when there's so much trouble here is absolutely absurd. And Mars, once you go there, you realize you can't come back, right? If you spend any amount of time, you can send a person there to step there, put an American flag, get back on the ship, and then it'd take another 9 months to get back. I don't know how long you have to stay there before you can get back into the jump to get back within 9 months. But people don't. It changes. It's different gravity. If you spent a year on Mars and came back to Earth, you wouldn't be able to walk. You wouldn't be able to walk. The whole gravity, and probably you'd have some kind of horrible cancer going because they're not protected. Mars is not protected by a force field like we are. It's just ridiculous.
Send the soccer-playing robots from China. Yeah. That's who needs to colonize Mars
And
first.
anyone who wants to actually watch that match. They can be the first humans on Mars. Never bring them back. Alex Williams says it's a bumper-to-bumper battle through downtown.
A slow one indeed this afternoon, Eric. The brake lights find you southbound right at the 85-400 merge. Going to take you about 24 minutes to travel from there down to I-20. No crashes in the way, just the brake lights in front of you. Northbound, still a slow ride, 75-85 North University Avenue. Braking free past Peachtree, Pine Street as you head up toward Midtown, passing the Varsity on your right there. If you're traveling on the East Freeway, I-20 westbound, looks like a new crash in DeKalb County past Panola Road, exit 71. Once again, stacking up the ride from Lithonia back toward the mall at Stonecrest. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
Man's best friend. Loyal, trustworthy, dependable. Aw, that's Rufus, the bulldog, the chief barking officer for Findlay Roofing. The roof guys. Hey, it's Dave Baker. For over 30 years, Findlay Roofing's been your roof's best friend. They're the perfect match for your roof. Findlay is loyal with a lifetime warranty, trustworthy with upfront pricing, and dependable with the highest quality work. When you're not seeing Rufus on Findlay Roofing trucks, billboards, and TV commercials, he loves playing games like Fetch and Tug of War. But Rufus knows that if you play games with your roof, you'll lose every time. You'll always win with Findlay. They're the extra effort experts, making sure you have a remarkable roof replacement experience. When it comes to your roof, think of Rufus and Findlay first. 0% financing available. Schedule your free roof analysis, no obligation, no charge at FindlayRoofing.com.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Steel Horse Law knows that your bike is made of steel, but your heart is made of gold. If someone causes you to lay your bike down, you deserve the very best from an experienced firm that knows bikers because they are bikers. Eric Von Hassler for Steel Horse Law, the Stein and Karen Law Group. They're local, so they understand the changes to Georgia law, and you'll meet directly with your attorney, not just an assistant like the mega firms. Schedule your free accident evaluation at steelhorselaw.com.
Home improvement projects can be a stressful guessing game. Trust the Plus, Painting Plus, the highest level of communication. The Plus means siding, gutters, windows, decks, porches, roofing, and of course, painting.
Hi, I'm Charlie, owner of Painting Plus and the Plus family of businesses. We'll make you comfortable and keep you informed with every step of your project.
If your home's exterior has it, the Plus can improve it. Painting Plus, siding, gutters, windows, decks, porches, roofing, and more. Trust the Plus. PaintingPlus.com.
News, weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 6 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate. Our top local story, North Korean scammers target a small business in Buckhead. WSB's Veronica Waters reports live. The feds announce indictments today in a cryptocurrency theft scheme.
Yeah, and 4 North Korean men are indicted locally here, Bill, for scamming $740,000 from a Buckhead blockchain startup. But Atlanta U.S. Attorney Theodore Hertzberg tells us this is a long con nationwide, a virtual army of North Koreans using stolen identities to land remote IT jobs, biding their time until they can steal money or data.
The reason why this is such a significant threat is because the money that is stolen doesn't go to these individuals, but instead does go to the regime to fund things such as weapons projects, which results in global instability and threats to the United States and our allies.
So far, the FBI has raided dozens of so-called laptop farms across 16 states. Reporting live, Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
91 degrees in Atlanta. More widespread rain tomorrow before we dry out. Does it cool off? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. This is all new at 6 o'clock. Authorities in Douglas County are asking for the public's help identifying a man found dead earlier this year.
The Sheriff's Department is hoping somebody out there can give them some clues as to who the man is that was found in the Chattahoochee River back in May. He's a white male with several tattoos, including the initials SL and a Sanskrit phrase on his left arm, a full back tattoo, and several other tattoos on his torso and upper body. Officials say he's missing 3 front teeth and, based on his clothes, may have been experiencing homelessness, living in either Cobb, Douglas, or Fulton County. Deputies are hoping that somebody's going to recognize the man by this description and give them a call to help identify him. Michelle Wright, 95.5 WSB.
As work to demolish the Atlanta Medical Center begins today, developers are looking to the future.
Large equipment hacks away at the concrete entrance to the old Atlanta Medical Center as work to transform the area gets underway. Egbert Perry, chairman and CEO of the Integral Group, says exact plans for the Boulevard Next project are still in the works, but
we're here to do it right, not fast.
Perry says the 22-acre site will feature mixed-income housing, green space, and even some health resources.
We are committed to revitalizing the community with empathy and foresight.
He believes community input will be key. In downtown Atlanta, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
Georgia is part of the FBI's Operation Gold Rush, the largest healthcare fraud takedown in history.
In all, criminal charges were filed against 324 defendants, including 96 doctors, nurse practitioners, pharmacists, and other licensed medical professionals. One case involved a cardiology provider who was providing services in person here in Georgia and Nevada at the same time on the same day. Christopher Delgado with the FBI pointing out,
it's not just about financial losses. It's about patients being exposed to unnecessary procedures, false diagnoses, and delayed care.
Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
New this hour, a 5-year-old girl survives after her father flees from Lilburn police who attempted to pull him over. Veronica Arnold with Lilburn police says officers did not chase the suspect, but he crashed on his own on Lawrenceville Highway.
Once the suspect crashed into 2 different vehicles, he got out of his car, took his 5-year-old who was not secured in the car, in the car and took off into the woods.
He eventually came out of the woods and was arrested. The suspect was wanted for probation violation and felony forgery. The girl and the suspect have minor injuries. The first of 3 power shutdowns is tonight at Hartsfield-Jackson Airport.
We want to make sure that when the lights go out inadvertently or by accident, that we have adequate backup. That's what we're trying to do here with this.
Hartsfield-Jackson's Tim Turner says the first outage is tonight at 11:59. He says it'll happen again Wednesday, July 2nd, and again on July 8th. The power will stay off until 2:30 a.m. It should only be a problem if a flight arrives late. It is now 6:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather in the 24-hour traffic center. Alex Williams.
Found the new crash in DeKalb County. It's in a left lane once again. Second one of the afternoon. I-20 westbound past Panola Road, exit 71. That's keeping you slow back to Lithonia Industrial, Evans Mill, exit number 74. Eastbound, you're on and off that brake pedal through the work zone from 285 out toward the mall at Stonecrest. If you're traveling through downtown, we're still seeing the brake lights southbound from the 85-400 merge. Gets a little bit better the closer you get to I-20 with northbound slowing from University Avenue up to Freedom Parkway, and that is just volume as you make your way up into the Midtown area. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official air conditioning of Atlanta. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Partly cloudy, warm and muggy this evening. Sunset around 9 o'clock. Temperatures in the upper 70s to low 80s at that time, and leveling off into the low 70s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, a cold front moves through, sparking up scattered rain showers and thunderstorms, high 85. Drying out on Wednesday, not much of cool down though, high 89. Thursday and Friday, mostly sunny skies, morning lows in the low 70s, daytime highs in the low 90s.
And right now, Storm Tracker radar showing some isolated showers beginning to pop on the west side of Atlanta. Douglas County getting in on the action, as well as Carroll County right now. It is 86 in Austell, 89 in Peachtree Corners, 87 in Holly Springs. More news at 6:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
That's right, Caiaccio. High and proud. Hour 4 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. Just to pick up quickly before we get to Greg Russ on the Peter Thiel and wanting to live forever. And, it's interesting. My wife and I are in our 60s now, and we deal now with the loss of friends and loved ones. Obviously, the longer you stay alive, the more it's going to happen. And, my wife's been constantly, I probably haven't been that great of a husband through it all, in the sense that I don't want to sit down and have discussions about what happens after or whatever. I get how fascinating it is, but for me, I just don't see any sense in thinking about it. Just like, well, whatever is whatever, why should I sit around thinking about it anytime before it's imminent? I think I've led a pretty good life, so if the whole religious thing is going on, maybe I'll get a good word from somebody.
Get a little knock on the door.
Yeah. The problem is I'm going to die before my friend Church Chick. She won't be there to, put a good word in for me. She's younger than me. But I mean, to me, it's just like, well, I'm not going to spend my whole life thinking about it and then pondering it, or, I'll die, and this is what I think of it. I'll die, and at that point, I either will or won't find out. What we do have is Greg Russ is with us, and he's a man who thinks about death all the time.
Constantly. This trip to Germany I just got back from, I was thinking, did I even have fun on that? Because it's, it was with my parents, who they're not old, they're 65.
Yeah, I'm one of your best friends, and I'm basically almost the same age as your dad.
Yeah, and then there's family members we visited there who are in their 80s, and my aunts went, they're getting older, and I thought, it's like, that trip, I just thought, and it was like visiting the childhood homes of my parents, and it just made me think about dying constantly.
Why? Do you really think about, like when you stand, I've never done that. Obviously, with my last name, you can tell that there's some Germanic blood in me, and I've never gone to Germany, but when you stand outside and you see, oh, this is the place that your father's father was born or grew up in. Do you feel a connection? Do you feel a connection?
It was more of a connection because the place that we saw was the apartment that he lived in after the war, after apparently he was in a Soviet prison for 3 years that he didn't tell anyone about.
Really?
This is something that just popped up while we were there. It's like, oh yeah, he was in a Soviet jail for 3 years.
What a difference in the way people act. Like now, that would be the leading car, like anything.
That'd be your identity.
That would be your whole identity. And yet someone back then would be like, well, probably part of it was. I mean, he was like a 16-year-old kid when the German. I know this enough. This is the grandfather that they tossed inside of a tank when he was 16 or something.
Yeah, it was.
So he probably
end
just
of the war. So if you bring it up, you have to explain that part of it too.
Yeah, he didn't want people to get that. He had to be part of Hitler Youth and all that, which he had nothing to do with. But you could tell how bad things were at the end. They put a 16-year-old in a tank.
Well, why'd they lock him in jail?
Huh? No,
What?
Soviets did because they came in and he was, he's
no
part
understanding that they threw the children in. Now I hate the Russians.
Well,
I mean,
well,
the
it's
Russians.
about time.
If you talk to most people who lived then were dead. This is why I was thinking about all the death, and you
Yes.
survive it. It was a terrible thing to have to go through. You survive, and I'm sure you have survivor's guilt and all that. But that aside, he still died in the end. You still got all.
Yeah,
of
we
them
all
died.
do. Yeah, we all do. It's kind of one of
It's not like you get extra life.
Yeah, you don't get.
I got
like,
a 1-up because I was in the war.
Yeah, you get an extra 10 years. You should, but that's all you're going to get is just a few.
Well,
Anyway,
do you want it after
Huh?
living that kind of life? I don't even know if you want the extra.
Well,
10
it all
years.
depends. You can live too long. Like I saw I think it's the architect. He may be gone now, but he was like 91 or 92 years old. Is it I.M. Peck? One of those.
I am Pi.
I think it's. Is it
PEI.
Is that it? Whatever. I don't know which architect it was. Is that
Yeah.
did he live to be like in his 90s?
I'll find out.
I saw an interview with some architect who was very well known. I think it was that guy, and he was like 92 years old. And
102.
He's still alive?
No, he died at 102.
Okay, so when he was like 92, it was like you were talking to a man who was 55. All there, brains, everything, quick, fast, could tell a joke, blah 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 blah. The whole thing hadn't slowed down at all, and going over his great career and whatever. And then they go back to the 1930s, and apparently he had dabbled with Nazism.
Oh, boy.
And he starts crying. Like, so sometimes you could just live, you can't outlive some of the stupid choices you make in your life. And so I guess, yeah, I like that guy. He had everything going. He was successful at 92. He was still all there, all with it, and yet had to constantly be haunted by this idiotic decision he made in the early 1930s. So maybe sometimes you don't want to live forever. Greg, I don't know if you need to go watch that Steve Jobs speech. That commencement
I've never
speech.
claimed, by the way, that I want to live forever.
You just don't want to die.
Yeah. It's a very complex issue. I have a
This
hard
is-
time reconciling it.
This is my feeling about death is it can't be that difficult because dumb people do it every day. So,
It's kind of similar to your pregnancy argument from earlier in the show.
yeah, dumb people do it every day. You don't have to be an expert. You do not have to be an expert.
Well, it's amazing how you can be born and just be a really dumb person. And I know that there's blind luck involved, but to even be born in the first place, the odds are really stacked against you. And
unbelievable.
everybody before you had to live and not die.
All the way back to the cave people.
Yeah.
Your lineage, the people had to live long enough, especially the females had to live long enough to give birth. At a
And then
time,
as a baby.
right? As a and then living through it, it is the odds of actually making it in a lineage are so crazy, because you have a lineage that goes back to the cave people, and everybody had to live long enough to keep it going, all the way till you.
Mine goes back to the Anunnaki, so.
Well, you have always been a bit more enlightened than the rest of
Yes.
us. For many of us, we think it starts with the cave people, but the Anunnaki and the tall whites, of course. I don't know why I always throw in the tall whites.
Well,
It
they go hand in hand.
Do they?
They do.
Were the tall whites? I thought the tall whites are alien.
those are-
What-
those are aliens.
Well,
I thought.
they're both aliens.
Oh, the Anunnaki. Are they the people who came here and taught us
Yeah,
how
they
to be
needed
people?
gold. They created us to mine their gold.
That's right. I
What
forgot
about the lizard
That's what
people? Where do the lizard people fall?
You mean the reptilians?
The reptilians, excuse
Yeah,
me.
they're evil.
Okay, did they fight the Anunnaki?
They're
for
all
the
in a
gold?
space war, and we're here just in the middle of it all.
Yeah. Who's to say it's not true?
To work
Yeah.
for them.
Who's to
Where'd
say?
they go?
The
After we-
Anunnaki?
So we were mining their gold.
They're in the
and
middle
then
of
they
the
just-
earth.
No, they live underneath Antarctica.
Is that true?
I mean,
Yes.
if you're going to hide, it's a good place to hide.
That's why Hitler wanted to go there, to find them.
Because he needed more gold.
Yep.
So do they have the gold under the ice with them?
Well, no,
Who's doing the gold?
They left a contingent of people here, of their people here, under the ice cap.
Uh-huh. And they're mining gold?
No, the gold, they got all the gold they needed.
Oh.
And they left.
Oh.
But they left, a garrison.
Why? In case they need more gold?
In case they need more gold.
I thought
For
gold.
Garrison Keillor.
Or
Yes.
Garrison Keillor, who was Me Too'd, unfortunately. And then
Ugh.
died. So isn't gold all over the universe? It's an element.
It's quite abundant here.
Oh, remember there was that asteroid or comet that had all that gold on it.
Yeah, I don't think you have to come and beat up Earth for gold. I think that's out there.
I think it's a lot of work here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
they
they
could
didn't
just
know
get one of those
about the comet.
asteroids.
Yeah, they didn't know about the comet, though.
How do you know they didn't know about the comet?
Well, they came here.
Maybe they couldn't keep up with it.
Maybe
the comet
not.
was
Their
too
ships
fast.
were too slow.
My point
But
is,
our ship
I
could
think.
land on it.
Can you look this up, George? I think gold is all over the universe. Why would they have to come here to get
Well,
it?
they say, they speculate. They
Oh.
don't know.
There's probably a star out there that's collapsed on itself and made heavier elements and
Yeah.
gold galore.
All you got to do is get yourself to the center of that star, and then you'll be able to get all the gold you want.
But there aren't
I found
humans
it.
to mine. So that's why they came here. They needed people to do the work for them.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But I mean, I just think out. Okay, well, why here?
There's an abundance of it. And the water.
The what?
The water.
The water.
Mm-hmm.
we have
Not
we
the
have-
water, the water, the water.
The water.
So they're not after like our natural gas or any of our oil or anything like that either.
No, they have faster than light propulsion.
They run
don't
everything
need
up.
that.
Why do they need gold?
But you just
for
said they were
money?
too slow to catch up with
Well, I
the
was
comet.
joking.
No. What do they need gold
Your
for?
story's falling apart, dude.
Their blood.
I thought it was their atmosphere or something.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, that.
They have an atmosphere of gold.
Yeah.
And it was stripping away, and so they came here and stole our gold.
I think that was.
Yeah.
They stole
what
me
happened.
gold.
So I'll tell you what. Pull out Lee Greenwood. Let's sing some songs about the planet Earth this time. And I say to the Anunnaki, I'm proud to be an Eartharian,
Let's go.
where at least I know I'm somewhat free.
And
You're
have
not
gold.
free. You're mining gold.
According to this precious metals publication, Garfield Refining,
Yeah.
gold is rare in space.
Really?
Yeah.
See?
Von Hesser.
Diamonds
Told
are
ya.
not rare.
Immense
Nah, I don't
heat
buy it.
and energy from events like supernovas and neutron star collisions are required to produce gold. Because these
Yeah, but
events are
don't the-
relatively rare.
How are they really relatively rare with 100
Relatively.
billion plus galaxies and each one of those having billions and billions of stars? Are they really that rare, or do we just not see them very often? I mean, novas and supernova, stuff's happening all the time, isn't it?
It does.
I say there's plenty of gold out there.
Get James Webb on it.
Yeah, the next
Yeah.
paragraph does say, that said, there's obviously more gold in space than on Earth.
It would make sense. I don't know. This Anunnaki, maybe they existed, but they were dumb.
Yeah.
They're not making good decisions.
They weren't the best of brains when it comes to space travel.
They knew how to get here, but they didn't really know.
we need gold.
They're smart enough to make us.
Oh well.
Were
Was that
they?
very, have you
Seen us?
Have you looked around at your neighbors lately?
Maybe that's why they left.
Not so
I
sure.
want us to endure.
They were really Frankenstein's. They were Dr. Frankenstein. They realized they made a monster. Got the hell out of here.
That neighbor that yelled at you about the fireworks.
He's
Anunnaki.
Yep, no doubt about it. They're all barrel chested.
What are you going to do this Friday? Are you going to set more fireworks off?
No.
Not
Not
gonna
doing
challenge
anything.
Want to get taken by the
No,
aliens?
is that a good time? I'm challenging my neighbors. That's not a good time.
I would do it.
A good
Proud
time is
to
people are
be
getting
an
along.
American. Gotta let them know.
He
Yeah,
sits
you're not
home and he thinks he
American.
got the best of you, and he said that Von Hessler. I
No, he
put
did.
him in his
He
place.
did.
He's not setting
Spit
off
on his
fireworks
car.
He's
anymore.
right. He's right. No, that's why I try to get across to my wife. It's okay. It's okay if somebody calls you an idiot. You go, yeah, I am kind of an idiot. You know, it's okay for someone to have gotten the best of you. You don't have to spend your
thinks
whole
of you
life
every night. He
pretending it
laughs.
didn't. You know,
He
yeah, he
laughs
probably
and
looks.
He tells jokes about you.
Ah, that
Talks
guy.
to his-
Oh, Mr. Radio. Let me tell you something about Mr. Radio. Yeah, he's he folds like a deck chair.
Talks to his wife Sharon. He boasts about it every day. Sharon, look what I did. Remember what I did back on July 4th?
She's like, yeah, honey, that was almost a decade ago. Either go over there right now and beat him up or shut up. Alex Williams says there's a crash on 85 in Duluth.
That is correct, Eric. And crews were quick to get it off to the shoulder. All lanes are now back open. You might still see some flashing lights off to the right. 85 northbound, Steve Reynolds Boulevard, exit 103. Toughest part of the delays before that are from Chamblee Tucker Road. All that merging madness trying to get north of I-285, the I-285 interchange in Dorville. It improves once you get up past Pleasantdale and Jimmy Carter Boulevard there in Norcross. 400 northbound, worst of that ride left over is just tapping the brakes in Sandy Springs from Abernathy up past the North Springs MARTA station. Earlier crash cleared out of the right lane in Holly Springs, 575 southbound below Holly Springs Parkway, exit 16. Traffic brought to you by Peach Pass in the new Peach Pass Go mobile app. The Peach Pass Go mobile app helps you get there faster with new and improved features and more coming soon. Download the new Peach Pass Go mobile app today at peachpass.com. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
When news breaks in Georgia.
A meteor traveling at a speed of 30,000 miles an hour.
Across the U.S.
They're probably going to have to decide the issue of birthright citizenship.
And around the world.
Israel claims Iran fired missiles after the truce began.
We've got it covered.
Had a resident who described what sounded like a gunshot coming through his house.
It's not a partisan issue. Democratic presidents don't like these things either.
There are conflicting assessments about just how badly damaged these facilities are.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's breaking news station.
What is All Care? All Care is expert urgent care and primary care under a single roof, offering convenience and continuity for your healthcare needs. All Care is a team of physicians and clinicians who know you and your medical history, so they can provide the personalized care you deserve. And with both family and immediate care services offered 7 days a week, All Care means seeing your doctor on your schedule. 15 convenient locations, same-day appointments, and walk-ins welcome. Remember, urgent care plus primary care equals All Care. Learn more at allcare-ga.com.
WSB Atlanta, WSB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
It's officially time for Zero Res's annual summer sale. Take advantage and get 15% off all cleaning services. Mention Chris Chandler to secure this deal today or book online at ZeroResAtlanta.com. Zero Res. All they leave is clean.
The following is a paid commercial announcement. Congress's planned Medicaid budget cuts will deny health care to Georgia families, drive up hospital closures, and cost Georgia jobs. The stakes are too high. Medicaid currently covers 2 million Georgians and almost half of Georgia children. To protect Georgia from harm, Congress must save Medicaid. Visit coveredga.org/cuts to learn more. Paid for by Georgians for a Healthy Future.
By the way, how often are we all going to step over the dead cockroach in the newsroom before somebody gets a paper towel and picks it up?
I thought you were doing it.
I guess it's going to have to be me. Alex Williams looking at it right now. He just walked past it.
Is it smashed or
It's
is it
smashed.
on its back?
Oh, it's all the juices are everywhere.
Yeah, it's smashed.
Oh,
It's
so
a-
somebody stomped it. And
Yeah,
then I feel like
and
if
then
you stomp it, you got to clean it up. That's your duty.
Well, maybe they did it by accident, didn't notice.
Oh, it's not by accident. It's we've been here now since 2 in the afternoon, and it's in the same exact place.
Not my job.
Hey.
That's what everyone says.
Get Dan York on it. Isn't he supposed to keep this place tidied up? All right, enough of the death talk, Greg Russ. You got any stories from Studio B1 you'd like to favor the audience with?
Yes, people are being involuntarily committed and jailed after spiraling into ChatGPT psychosis. This is mostly bipolar and schizophrenic people, but they have conversations with ChatGPT, and in
Right.
some instances, they get to the point where they have to prompt it, but it's like, don't take your medication. Stop taking your medication. It affirms certain things, and then things spiral out of control at that point.
Well, that's not good.
Ban it.
They
Ban it.
go to jail. They go to an institution. Yeah, not
Yeah.
good.
Is it you? So it's usually people who have a pre-existing condition.
Correct.
Because when I read like maybe the first couple paragraphs of this, and it seems like they were starting. He never was in any trouble before, and never had. I didn't realize. I didn't read long enough to see that it was mostly people who had pre-existing mental conditions. That makes sense. How do you keep that? How do you keep somebody away from that? It's what it will do. AI as a helper. It's going to fast track every kind of way of thought. So if you're on the right wavelength, it's going to fast track that. If you're on the wrong wavelength, it's going to fast track that. But I had never thought about that before. But obviously, if you're already dealing with stuff like this, then obviously you can. It's like having your best buddy you tell you don't take your medication at some point. And, you care about me, not these other people around me who are always yelling at me.
One of the people believed they created a sentient AI, and
it's a pet peeve of mine. People who say
what,
sentient.
sentient.
It's
Well,
sentient.
I think
I'm
it's
sure
both.
if you look it up, Autumn's going to say you can do both, but not for me, not for this kid. It's sentient.
I don't like that soft. It's like I say grocery, not grocery.
Grocery? You say grocery?
Yeah, grocery.
You say grocer instead of grocer.
No, I say grocer.
You
Grocer?
do?
No, grocer. Grocer.
My local grocery
I
store.
forgot how the president says it.
It's a bag with different things in it.
Yeah, it's a bag with different things in it.
Bag.
Yeah, I guess that is a little bit of laziness. Grocery probably should.
I don't
be
know if
like-
it's laziness. It's just I made the choice at some point. I didn't like the grocery.
Yeah.
But I said I don't like the soft pronunciation. That's still a soft C. I should say grockery.
Yeah.
Grockery store.
Sentient.
Grok is great. Yeah.
Sentient. It's
Sentient.
all is on the Von
Is that the
Hessler
only?
doctrine.
Is that the only pronunciation?
I'm waiting for Autumn to tell me I'm wrong. I'm sure that I am, but I'm still going to stick to it. That it is.
I will note it, and I will correct that for the rest of my life.
I was
if
once
that's-
embarrassed in the 80s at a party, and I said sentient, and everybody was like, what kind of...
Well, they all like started
they're
the party to stop.
No, it's just like
the needle dropped.
He did, he did drop out of 9th grade. And no cocaine for me at that night, well, I tell you what. I was really ostracized, so it stuck with me. Sentient. Anyway, go ahead.
I'm looking at some people say it's 3 syllables the way I said it.
I know.
It just depends.
It just depends. It didn't always depend. Do you think words start with, you could say it 5 different ways?
Well,
It's fluid.
Words. Well, just the reason why we have certain words today is because they come from a word that we borrowed from French, and then over time we lost consonants or gained syllables.
Sure.
So
Colonel's a good example.
But what I don't like is that when people just start saying it differently, and then
Well, here you
it's
go.
like,
This
hey,
isn't-
well, it's a living. It's a words
This
evolve.
wasn't a case of that. The British pronunciation.
Pronunciation.
Yeah, I'm going to say it like sentient. The British pronunciation is the way I pronounced it. So the American way is probably wrong, since.
Yeah, well, you know what?
You
You want to know how 2 great Americans, Lee Greenwood and Eric Von Hessler, say it? Sentient. Because we're Americans, and we're proud of it.
We're right.
Alex Williams says there are delays between Tucker and Clarkston.
Yeah, watching those 285 brake lights right now, Eric. They're southbound leaving I-85, but can't find any crashes in the way. Just the volume trying to get down past Highway 78, the Stone Mountain Freeway. Even a little slow before that, mostly in the right lanes. 285 eastbound, the inner loop from Ashford Dunwoody. A lot of that trying to ramp onto Peachtree Boulevard there, exit number 31. Only leftover brake lights on the west sides. 285 southbound, the outer loop. Just sluggish volume from South Cobb Drive, exit 15, down to I-20, the West Freeway, exit number 10. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
Mosquitoes bite, but Breda bites back. Dave Baker here. Nobody is better at beating mosquitoes than Breda Pest Management because, one, only Breda will come back and retreat your yard within 30 days, even after rain. That knocks down the bloodthirsty adult mosquitoes immediately. 2, Breda will bind an insect growth regulator to the mosquitoes that will make it impossible for their eggs to ever turn into adults. And 3, every Breda technician is licensed, providing knowledge and ongoing training to properly and safely treat your home from summer's worst enemy. Breda bites mosquitoes back. 1, 2, 3. Breda safely and effectively eliminates mosquitoes in your yard today and for generations of future mosquitoes. Breda, they handle bugs and critters. BREDAPest.com.
Breda, Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
Waiting on insurance to help you through your car accident claim? The longer you wait, the more you may suffer. The aggressive attorneys at Canner and Pentaluga are ready to fight for your rights. Call 1-800-411-PAIN today.
Law offices of Canner and Pentaluga, 201 Peachtree Street, Northeast Atlanta. Non-attorney spokesperson.
Hey, if you got weekend plans, make sure your home is ready for them. I called Wise Guys Pro Wash, and boom, the house, driveway, and patio were spotless. They even cleaned the roof. I didn't even have to be home. They are truly professionals using the top equipment in the industry, and their soft washing kept my home safe and damage-free, and the results, incredible. Wise Guys has more than 2,000 5-star reviews, and I know why now. So mention me, Chris Chandler, for $70 off your next service. Book today at wiseguysprowash.com.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
A few years ago, my youngest son had something minor turned into something very major in a matter of hours.
It was Medishare that came through for us, and there was no hassles, there was no problem.
That's what's so wonderful about knowing that you're a part of such an incredible ministry.
Medishare is a biblical approach to healthcare where Christians share each other's medical expenses.
Medishare is a family, a group of people that stick with you through the hardest times of your life.
Medishare isn't insurance. It's a nonprofit ministry over 30 years old, and members have shared over $8 billion of each other's medical bills.
We don't have to spend so much on health insurance. You can focus that on supporting other people.
Medishare is affordable.
Medishare is biblical.
Medishare is family. Join thousands of Christians who can help you save on your health care and support your family when you need it. Call 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE.
Is that knee, hip, or shoulder pain just not getting any better? Are you stuck in a cycle of steroid shots and now they're talking surgery? Before you go down that road, hit pause for a second. Hey, it's Mark Ehrman. I want to tell you about something that helped a lot of people get their lives back without more meds and without going under the knife. It's QC Kinetics, leaders in regenerative medicine using treatments like advanced cellular therapy and platelet-rich plasma, all designed to actually help your body heal itself. No more masking the pain. This goes right to the root of the problem. Their cellular treatments contain growth factors and healing properties to maximize your own body's ability to heal itself. And this is critical. 92% of patients report satisfaction with the results. That's not just a number. It's peace of mind that you're exploring something that's truly working for people just like you. Real results that let you move easier and live better. Call QC Kinetics today, 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 6:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio with our top local story. A new effort in one metro county to deal with the mental health needs of people dealing with prosecuting crimes.
Cobb County District Attorney Sonia Allen says the goal of their new chaplain program is to support their staff and victims by providing an outlet for the trauma that comes along with many of their cases.
It's just about letting people know that we care. It's not just about the prosecution, but it's about people. Justice means holding wrongdoers accountable, but it also means being present for those who are hurting.
Allen says more than 24 local faith leaders have signed up to be part of the voluntary program, and they're still accepting applications for more. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
91 degrees in Atlanta. A few spotty rain showers around the metro at this hour, mainly on the west side of town. A cold front dries us out, but won't cool us down this week. Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards is coming up. A small business in Buckhead is targeted by North Korean nationals who stole over $700,000 in cryptocurrency.
The belief is that they were acting on behalf of the North Korean regime.
U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Georgia, Theodore Hertzberg, says the four are indicted on wire fraud conspiracy, wire fraud, and money laundering conspiracy charges. The men are accused of using fake and stolen IDs to infiltrate American businesses as remote IT workers. The Barrow County school system gets money from the feds to help cover the cost of purchases made to support Appalachia High School following last year's shooting.
After the school shooting in September of last year, Barrow County schools had to bring in extra help like substitute teachers. There were also more costs associated with transportation, and temporary classrooms had to be brought in. The school system initially covered the $4 million cost of all of that. Now the system says they'll be getting $1 million from the U.S. Department of Education to help reimburse the district for some of those expenses. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
New this half hour, the man charged with killing 4 University of Idaho students in November of 2022 is accepting a plea deal to avoid the death penalty. Multiple sources reporting Brian Koberger accepted a deal in exchange for him pleading guilty to committing the 4 murders and serving life in prison. The jury in Sean Diddy Combs' sex crimes trial in New York City dismissed for the day. This was their first day of deliberations. Earlier, the jury sent a note to the judge related to concern about one juror following the law. The judge then sent a note back reminding them of their lawful duty and told them to keep deliberating. They will resume tomorrow morning. A woman injured in the Colorado firebombing attack earlier this month has died.
The suspect, Mohammed Solomon, threw Molotov cocktails at the protesters in the park as he shouted, "Free Palestine." 82-year-old Karen Diamond was among the demonstrators. She has now died from the injuries she suffered in the attack.
CBS's Stacey Lynn reports Solomon now faces a charge of murder. He's already facing 12 counts of federal hate crimes. Water and sewer rates won't be going up tomorrow in DeKalb County as planned.
The hike won't take place as scheduled, but it's only a temporary reprieve. The county says before enacting the 10% hike in the water and sewer rates, it wants to firm up its partnership with the Urban League to ensure the program's success, and it wants to make sure the public has adequate resources to understand the rate hike, which will fund improvements to its aging infrastructure. About 180,000 customers will see monthly rates go up about $7. They'll be informed online when the rate hike goes into effect. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
The Postal Service is warning about a fast-growing scam known as brushing. It's when a mystery package shows up at your door that you didn't order.
And there'll be something in there saying, this is a complimentary item you're receiving. All we request is that you leave a review.
WSB consumer expert Clark Howard says don't do it. The Postal Service now says this could mean your personal information has been exposed. It's now 6:34. Time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. In the 24-hour traffic center, it's Alex Williams.
Still watching some brake lights on 85 northbound out of Dorville up in Norcross in Duluth. Got a crash. The flashing lights are with it, but all lanes are open. No lanes are blocked. It's off to the right, 85 northbound, Steve Reynolds Boulevard, exit 103. Slowest part of the ride before that's from Chambly Tucker up past Pleasantdale Road, while 285 eastbound the inner loop. Also still seeing some brake lights from Ashford Dunwoody Road over to I-85 in Dorville, and we're starting to thin out the delays on the East Freeway 20 westbound. It's improved nicely out of Lithonia, where that earlier crash it cleared past Panola Road. Once you get past those flashing lights off to the right, just a sluggish ride through the work zone over to 285 the east side perimeter. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Partly cloudy, warm and muggy this evening. Sunset around 9 o'clock. Temperatures in the upper 70s to low 80s at that time, and leveling off into the low 70s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, a cold front moves through, sparking up scattered rain showers and thunderstorms, high 85. Drying out on Wednesday, not much of a cool down though, high 89. Thursday and Friday, mostly sunny skies, morning lows in the low 70s, daytime highs in the low 90s.
No severe storms at this point, but Storm Tracker radar showing some pop-up storms now developing on the west side of metro Atlanta. 84 in Dunwoody, 91 in Midtown Atlanta, 89 in Noonan. More news at 7 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
What is All Care? All Care is expert urgent care and primary care under a single roof, offering convenience and continuity for your healthcare needs. All Care is a team of physicians and clinicians who know you and your medical history, so they can provide the personalized care you deserve. And with both family and immediate care services offered 7 days a week, All Care means seeing your doctor on your schedule. 15 convenient locations, same-day appointments, and walk-ins welcome. Remember, urgent care plus primary care equals All Care. Learn more at allcare-ga.com.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Private Selection Angus 80% lean ground chuck is on sale. 16-ounce packages are $5.49 each with your digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Summer is peak hosting season, right? Don't let a grimy house keep you from having company over. It's Chris Chandler, and Wise Guys Pro Wash got my place clean and bright and guest ready in just one day. They handled everything, house and deck, driveway, even my dirty roof, and their soft wash kept everything safe. No paint peel, no damage, just clean. If you got people coming over this summer, be sure Wise Guys Pro Wash comes by first. Mention me, Chris Chandler, for $70 off at wiseguysprowash.com. Book now before they fill up.
Oh my goodness, somebody said something shocking at a music festival. Who cares?
What was that?
I'm not going to get into it because it's the whole Palestinian
I want to
thing.
learn. I need to be told how to think.
Yeah.
It's a
Get over
Glastonbury.
it. There are people who think other things than you.
No.
Just keep on
They're
walking.
smart. How did they get to that stage in the first place? I'm not on a stage like that, so they clearly know something I don't.
You better be better at rapping.
Yeah, so they are. I just, it's like, I don't have any. Hey, did you hear what that celebrity said? Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. I think De Niro's been acting like a moron for the last 5 years. Still watching Raging Bull. I'm still going to watch the last. What was that one? What was
The
one
Irishman.
Oh, the Irishman.
The
was
Intern.
Good. Yeah, that was his best. No doubt. Obviously.
What was the last
Taxi
one where he
Drivers.
played-
No, I'm trying to think of one of the really good ones from the 90s with DiCaprio, where he was the mean dad. It wasn't called The Last.
DiCaprio wasn't in it. A Boy's Life.
A Boy's Life. It was DiCaprio.
No, it wasn't.
Who
it
was it?
Lilo Branco.
I thought it was DiCaprio. Would you look that up, George Clark? Because I would love to be able to put
You mean
it
the one
right.
with Chaz Palminteri? That one?
No.
This Boy's Life.
This
is
Boy's
DiCaprio.
Life.
Oh, okay.
You want to apologize to me first or the audience who reveres me?
Neither, because I thought it was an earlier.
This is 93. Tobey Maguire's in this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was a great one, and so I don't care. I don't care what celebrities say any more than I care what, the 19-year-old that lives 5 houses away from me. So, like, why would I care? Why would I care that somebody has an opinion? I just don't. I don't. And I don't really think
Hey, this
that,
is your whole career, so don't push it too far.
No, my whole career is my opinions mean nothing.
Other people are at least enjoying listening to them. To some
That's
extent.
good, but this isn't. We're trying to have something more than opinions on this show for a reason, because ultimately, yeah, it feels good for me to get off my chest and blah blah blah. But is it going to have any effect? No. No, this world is run by people who are so much more powerful than any talk show host or anything, And by the way, if I'm going to keep my eye on somebody, I'm going to keep my eye on Larry Fink, not Robert De Niro or some 25-year-old rapper in Glastonbury who says controversial things. Who cares? Keep your eye on the people at the top, the people who don't say much, who are currently eviscerating the middle class. There's your rant, if you wanted one.
You make a
damn
difference.
it.
You do make a difference, Eric. Remember the graffiti on 285 on your way down from
That's
400?
right. I got that taken care of.
Yeah. So
and then I didn't thank GDOT for like 2 weeks. I'm sure they were like, oh, hey, we
Did
go
they
out
do
there.
it for you? You had that effect?
Well, I feel like it
They
took a
painted
while.
EVH over it.
They should have. They should have given me like the Von Hessler doctrine.
It's not back yet either, right?
Not that I've seen.
That's cool.
It should be, what was the thing that was there? It was like that thing, no something, no crowns, no kings.
It was an ACAB.
Yeah. So it should be, they should have just put no crowns, no kings, just the Von Hessler doctrine.
Oh.
And just, that way I would have been happier with GDOT if they had maybe helped the show out a little bit. All
How
right.
did Burger King handle the No Kings March?
They
for
just
them.
shut down. They didn't even try. They just
They formed a parliament.
Mattress King.
They pretended that the Mattress King doesn't know what to do with himself.
Smoothie King.
I
Yes.
think that Burger King took on the old name Burger Chef for a while. Remember Burger Chefs? Did anybody live in a place that had Burger
We didn't
Chef?
have that. We had a Burger King.
When I was we had Burger Kings too, but there was in Memphis for a while when I was a kid. There'd be so you'd have a Burger King, but then there'd be like a Burger Chef, and then somebody would compete with a Dairy Queen with like a Dairy King.
We have a Burger Win, but they serve Chinese food.
Burger Win.
Yeah, that's near us.
Really?
Yeah.
W-I-N?
Yep.
Strip mall?
No, next to a gas station.
Okay.
Well, there's a lot
A
of
Chevron?
eating. There's a lot of eating
BP.
at restaurant and gas stations and near gas stations.
Yeah, the best burger in Georgia is served out of a gas station in Dunwoody, apparently.
Because it's cool to report it that way. More than anything. I don't know. I haven't had the burger.
It's good.
Okay.
You have to wait in line to get it and eat out back, though.
Not worth it.
Was it better than the Ann's Snack Shop burger?
I never had that one because I didn't want to wait in that long of a line.
Oh, don't you understand that waiting in line is part of the cultural movement? That's
No.
part of the whole thing. Speaking of movements, I'm interested in your next story by the headline, Greg Russ.
With the headline being "People won't stop pooping in New York City's
Yes.
public pools."
Yes.
Last summer, there were 203 occasions where pools had to be closed down. so
Emptied
people
out.
pooped anew.
The old Baby Ruth moment from Caddyshack.
Oh.
Yeah, and there's 2 levels of it. You've got a level 1, which is a solid, and a level 2. Which is
Level
not.
2, everybody go home. Yeah.
So there are 52
Level
public
1, you
pools.
could just use a skimmer and a whole lot of chlorine.
Yeah, you go in the ocean where every animal that lives in it is doing that.
Yeah, I
Well,
don't go.
cruise ships too. Cruise ships, a certain
Are they
set of
dumping?
miles off the coast are allowed to dump their gray water.
Well, now they have like 9,000 people on board for a week. I mean, that's a
There's
lot
some
of.
sort of treatment that happens in the ship, but
By the way, this New York City problem, I can understand it if it's about children. If it's about adults, that
It's across
socialist
the
has got
board.
more to deal with than the
children
price of
and
eggs.
adults.
Yeah, it's disgusting when that moment happens. I know going to the Atlanta beach as a kid in Clayton
Yeah.
County. I remember swimming around, diving, had my goggles on, definitely grabbed down and pulled up you-know-what directly out of the water.
Wow.
My dad freaked out as it crumbled in my
Oh,
hand.
my
Yep.
goodness.
Yep.
And he bit into it, and it was just a
This is
baby.
baby Ruth. It's okay. It's okay. But that was probably a result of a child, though, don't you think?
It was pretty big from what I remember.
Oh, my goodness.
So you haven't had a kid yet.
What kind of adult?
Pools in general are disgusting. Like this is the top
Hey,
of the
my pool's not
disgustingness.
disgusting.
Oh, yes, yours isn't. Public pools. All those people,
Yeah.
the water's running into every
Yeah.
crevice and crack.
Yeah.
It's coming out. Remember, I did a story not that long
And probably
ago.
a shooting breaks out at some point. I wouldn't go.
If you can smell the chlorine, it means the water is filthy. The stronger the chlorine scent, the grosser
Now it
the water
depends
is.
if it's 10 minutes after they've done the chlorine thing. But you're saying on average.
No, clean chlorine doesn't stink. It's when it's doing its job. So that you can take solace in that, knowing that it's cleaning the water. It's doing its job.
I'm
But if
going
you
to
smell it.
challenge. I'm going to challenge that.
All right, challenge it.
Because there's hardly anybody using.
Who's our researcher now? Grok, not Jared.
My
anymore?
researcher
Ask
is the
Grok.
lead
Sure, yeah.
researcher of
George
this show
Grok.
is George Grok. Well, I mean, my hot tub, we only put like a teaspoon in it. There's nobody using it, so it's once you put it in, you're going to smell some chlorine. I think that once it's done its work, then you can judge it that way. If you're smelling it a lot at 2:00 in the afternoon, that means there's a lot going on.
All right, well, let's not get caught up on this.
Well,
Getting
no, this
back
is
to
very
how
important to me.
disgusting public pools are.
I believe
So-
Greg is right. Just from looking at
Is Greg right?
We're looking at what Gemini.
Well, I'm
is
suddenly
saying.
not interested.
Sorry.
What's happening?
I'm trying to hit my button. I'm hitting your button. My
Okay, something happened in my ears.
Yeah.
It was weird. George, are you trying to hurt the show? Is
I'm
that
not,
it?
no.
Are you around, on the?
I'm taking number
working
two in
for
this
the
pool.
That's right. Yeah, don't two in my pool. This is an ool.
Only in the hot tub you can go number 2.
Did you
It
have that
takes
sign?
effort. I
Huh?
don't- I
Did you
just
have
don't
that sign
understand
by
how-
your pool? This is an ool notice.
My wife bought one of those. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you throw it away?
No. We do have kids and stuff, so
All right.
they still find it funny.
Do they? They still laugh?
People are going to whiz in the pool. That's all there is to it. There's no stopping that.
They can get out. It's so easy.
No, it isn't.
It's
Again,
easier
you
to
don't
go
have
in
kids.
the pool. It is.
Do you need to go
Easier
pee?
just-
I already did. Dad.
Yeah, it was, yeah. If you got a bunch of kids, I swim by myself. That's when I swim by myself. I don't swim with others. This body, you see what you're looking at right here? This is for Mrs. Hessler, not the community at large. I don't disrobe in front of and swim with a bunch of people. So
What
I
about
had no-
last year?
Huh?
After your birthday party, all those people had been swimming in your pool.
Well, I didn't swim for months. I actually just got into the pool this year, probably the first time in a couple of years. I'm starting to realize, you've got it, use it.
You still pay to heat it?
Well, of course I do.
So
Why
you're
wouldn't
heating
I?
a pool that you don't use.
Well, my wife uses it constantly. My
Okay.
wife swims every day.
All right.
And now that I've gotten that out of the way, Alex Williams, is there any resolution to this? I mean, do they have a plan to get rid of the number 2 in the
I
pools
don't
in
know.
New
We'll
York
ask
City?
Ma'am Donnie. We'll see.
Yeah.
Once he
Hell,
becomes mayor.
It's
he's
all
gonna-
going to be free.
Free pee.
You think that's going to be less or more once everything's free?
Community pool monitoring.
Alex Williams, yeah, he should get like the community service people to go to the pools and try to talk people out of taking a dump. Alex Williams is trying to clean up the ride downtown for you.
And the rain isn't going to help it right now, Eric. Seeing a few showers rolling through, 75, 85, getting some wet pavement here on the Jam Cam right through the Grady Hospital curve, maybe a little further up into Midtown. So just prepare for that if you're traveling into or out of downtown. The southbound ride still seeing some brake lights southbound from just south of the 85-400 merge as you make the ride down to I-20. Slowest part of the northbound ride is from I-20 where the rain is falling, getting up past Freedom Parkway. And 85 northbound out of DeKalb into Gwinnett, still slow from Shannon Chamblee Tucker Road up to this crash that's all on the right shoulder at Steve Reynolds Boulevard, exit 103. Traffic brought to you by your neighborhood Kroger Pharmacy. Kroger Pharmacy welcomes Express Scripts, Medicare D, and TRICARE Department of Defense plan members. You can transfer prescriptions at Kroger.com/payer update. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
Is your summer vacation going to be a week at the beach or a week in the backyard standing in the kiddie pool?
If you listen to 95.5 WSB, that week at the beach could be yours. It's $1,000 Thursdays on WSB.
Your chance to win $1,000 every hour between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. on Thursdays.
Listen for the keyword. Enter the keyword at WSBradio.com or on the WSB app within that hour.
Get all the info at WSBradio.com.
$1,000 Thursdays this Thursday.
From 95.5 WSB.
Where Atlanta wins.
Playing a game with your family, that's a lot of fun. Playing a game with your roof, you'll lose every time. Dave Baker here for Findlay Roofing, the roof guys. When it comes to replacing or repairing your roof, think of Findlay first. You'll always win with Findlay. They're the extra effort experts with high quality, highly rated roofing experience and expertise. They've replaced over 65,000 roofs locally. With Findlay, manners matter. With Findlay, you get upfront pricing, exceptional service, and they'll treat your home like it's their own. Win, win, win. Only Findlay Roofing stands behind their work with a lifetime leak-free warranty at no additional cost, and you'll pay nothing until the job is complete. Findlay Roofing is the perfect match for any roofing issues. Plus, they offer 0% financing. Get started with a free roof analysis at FindlayRoofing.com.
Baseball is all about stepping up to the plate when it matters most. And when you've been injured, you need a heavy hitter in your corner. At Morgan & Morgan, we don't back down. We fight to get you every dollar you deserve. No curveballs, no strikeouts, just results. That's why we've recovered over $25 billion for our clients and fight for them from offices nationwide. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
It's time for Zerorez Air Duct Cleaning Summer Sale. Take advantage and get 15% off all cleaning services. Mention Chris Chandler to secure this deal today or book online at ZerorezAtlanta.com. Zerorez, all they leave is clean.
When it comes to your home, quality is crucial. Trust the Plus. Painting Plus. The Plus means siding, gutters, windows, decks, porches, roofing, and of course, painting.
Hi, I'm Charlie, owner of Painting Plus and the Plus family of businesses. Quality comes first. We have the most experienced exterior craftsmen in the industry.
If your home's exterior has it, the Plus can improve it. Painting Plus. Siding, gutters, windows, decks, porches, roofing, and more. Trust the Plus. PaintingPlus.com.
Selling and buying a home doesn't have to be a juggling act. With Orchard, you get cash up front to buy your next place, then more cash when your old home sells. Start with a free home valuation at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com.
Monica Pearson for Superior Plumbing. Did you know Superior is probably the #1 installer of water heaters in Atlanta? If your water heater is over 10 years old, time to replace and be surprised on the improvements it will make in giving you plenty of hot water. Superior offers a 10-year warranty.
All right, Greg Ross. Got a good story from Studio B1 that would be a nice way to end the show on this Monday in a nice festive way. Stories about death, anything, you know.
Yeah, I do. Dead members of Congress can't stop posting on their social media accounts. Now, quite often it's run by staff,
That's
family
sick.
members, but they continue to put out opinions, profile pictures change, and there's just no policy surrounding it when somebody passes away.
Who, McCain?
Congress.
Like John McCain?
I think
Sheila
it's
Jackson Lee, Sylvester Turner.
Yeah.
There's a couple of them.
So Sheila Jackson Lee died last year, right? Or maybe earlier this year. So what the campaign or their family takes over the site and then they keep on opining about things? That's kind of sick. Like, I can speak. You're not allowed to speak for dead people.
Well,
you don't
these
know.
people are, because it's a platform that has gathered a bunch of people. When you have that kind of power, you have an audience.
But people change over time. So if you don't know that somebody, if they were still alive, wouldn't have read a book that made them change their mind on something or seen a debate. This used to happen in America where people actually would change their mind if they got new information. I know that really doesn't happen anymore.
No, it does not compute.
Changing your mind is a weakness now in America, even if you got new information.
Well, because it's just changing who you are as a person. It's too much.
Yeah.
You can't change your mind because you've put so much weight. Your
Actually, it's
identity
fun.
into it.
It's great. Just turn around to everyone you know, give them the finger, and go, nah, I'm not that person anymore. It's great.
This is why we need transhumanism, guys, so that way
Yeah.
the social media accounts can keep going in the future.
Well, we actually can put our souls into the social media accounts.
Exactly.
And,
we get truthful information instead of
we'll
having
live forever as people who won't stop yammering on about inconsequential things that they can't do anything about.
Can you fly if you're in the transhuman thing, like in the computer world?
Oh, you mean fly like you're in a dream or something?
Yeah, like is that what that's going to be like? Like you're living in a computer?
Well, probably you could imagine yourself flying, I would imagine.
Flying from the zeros to the ones.
Yeah, you could imagine yourself flying. Like you'd be in like a virtual world.
See, I'd rather do that than like live forever.
Yeah. Yeah, well, what if you could do that forever? Because you're part machine.
Oh.
I have no interest
It's never
in
going to
living
be forever because
Yeah.
at some point the
sun blows
dies.
up. Yeah, that's like a few billion years away, though. Can you imagine being alive that long? After a certain point, you'd just be like, oh, my goodness, just get me out of here. Imagine being alive for 1,000,000 years.
Yep.
How many times are you rich and then poor and broke and married? How many marriages? Till death do us part. 1,000,000 years from now, really?
I think you said if we make it 70 years, that was great. You don't set your lifetime.
Oh, you think so? Actually, you would have new contracts with marriage. You'd have like a 70-year contract.
okay.
You have a
Yeah.
70-year contract.
Imagine if you tried your best to delete yourself, right? Like in the future, you're able to, you have all these different, I guess, transhumanistic capabilities,
Run
right?
by a magnet.
Yeah, run by a magnet.
suicide.
But imagine though, like you're
A Gaussian thing, that's suicide.
you're
You got deleted.
You're trying to delete yourself because you've lived for thousands of years, and then one person finds the one file of you and
Yeah.
then re-uploads you, and you're just
Oh,
like,
my, I'm back again. Now I can float in nothingness forever. That'll be
I told
fantastic.
you not to re-upload me.
Oh, do I get to read all the books? I think maybe they put like a Neuralink thing in your head and you can just like. But at that point, you're just taking in information, not really enjoying a book. Just like, okay, now I know that.
You could just read it if you want to.
Now I'm a doctor.
Oh, that'll happen. That will happen. Neuralink.
All right. Greg Russ, how's your life going before we say goodbye? Are you a happy person?
Wow, come on, those are two different questions.
Relatively speaking.
Life's going well.
Yes.
Growing some plants.
Weed?
No.
No, he's not a weed guy. Greg's
Earlier in the show, you were talking about how I think Autumn mentioned you can smoke weed and that's easy to handle. It's like, not for me.
not for him. He's a panic guy. When he likes the brown liquors. That's Craig Russ. He likes the brown liquors.
I don't even drink that much anymore.
Oh, I know, because you used to get mean, and then you realize as you get older. This is my whole thing is, it appears that we become nicer people, but in reality, our bodies just can't take it anymore. So we appear to be nicer, but take advantage of it. That's what you're nicer now because your body can't handle the brown liquors.
docile.
That's the goal. All right, that music is telling us two things. Shut the hell up, get the hell out. And you know us, we're good citizens. We do what we're told all the time. We never question. Who's up next?
I believe it's either Dr. Joe or Eric Erickson.
Eric Erickson.
All right, Eric Erickson will be on for Shelley. We'll be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. You're all invited to join us, but until then, continue on your journey. I don't.